set up the studio.
Did you figure out how to do the audioless B-roll? Did you figure that out?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, that was kind of the last thing we were talking about stream-wise. Feel like I knew that crash was coming. That's why I was trying to get on the ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I wish we could. I mean, honestly, we can get out and go onto the ship whenever you come back in.
We can wait at the station too. I think I'll have a good.
Well,
another
I
20
can just
minutes
be
there
a little
before
bit away from the station. And that's to say if they can get back in before... Do I have everything up? Yes, yes. Yes.
Do you want me monitoring the actual stream? I can try, but it may be difficult.
No, no, bro, you're good. I'm able to go through and handle a lot of that.
If
All
I
right.
drop out, if Star Citizen stops working, that's what I'll bounce to.
Okay.
I'll move to the Twitch and we'll be there. That way I can still participate.
Well, and even if you bounce out, you'll still be in Discord.
Right, right, but...
And I'm definitely actually, because the only person that you'd be looking for would be Salty, because Waha's going to be taking his Prospector. Pad 4, are you back in? Back in? I see your character standing over there with the icon.
I'm loading in right now. Loading. It should pop. And because it's a crash, I think it's going to load me in right where I was standing, which it did.
Alright, well, I just opened up the thing.
You're headless. You have no head, Dream.
Cool.
But I can meander on my way over here. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll get everything set up for the stream. We still got a couple minutes, so right now it's just kind of like I'm streaming, just a little before stuff. The talking and chatting and whatnot.
As it is. It'll be less lively today. Have everybody going at once. Oh, fuck, I need like a cup of coffee or something. I need the go juice. Let's get on the ship. Let's get on the ship, and if you wouldn't mind just taking me a little bit away from this station.
Yeah, definitely, we'll do.
I appreciate this. I know it's a hassle.
No.
I was looking into it too. I was looking more into it yesterday because we had spent some time pricing out some components. I don't think I can find 2 more of my modules of RAM. I think I'm going to have to buy 4 new modules, you know?
Or 2 16-gig modules.
Or 2 16 modules. I'd just always been used to 8, but yeah. I think I'm going to have to get a whole new set because I can't find matching RAM and I'm a little scared to mix and match.
Yeah.
I know sometimes it's totally possible, it's totally legit, but...
You coming?
And yeah, I'm coming. If I could tell you, if I could explain to you what your ship looks, I can see the interior of your ship. Your ship has been de-skinned for me. I can see all the pipes and all the wires and all the structure. None of the orange. Inside is fine, but outside is freaky. It's probably just a loading thing. I'm sure it'll come through.
Are you on the ship?
I am on the ship. And me and Waha were talking, most likely part of my issue.
Salty is running to go get the pizza, and that would be half an hour. So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
am taking Panda just away from...
Yep. I heard.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just gonna sit here on the
Right side? Oh,
no,
you're on
I'm
bench,
sitting
okay.
at the dining room table.
I'm looking at Salty, looking at the snow that's on the ground, and he's looks mad.
Hey,
Me and Waha
Jacob.
were talking because of my 100% RAM usage. I'm most likely trying to like write stuff back to my hard drive. You know, I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
read stuff from the hard drive,
100%
which is
is
probably
what you're doing.
causing a lot of my load errors, the missing buttons, the non-working doors, because that kind of
Yeah.
stuff should be stored right up at the front. But if my computer's having to go and put it into the hard drive and then recall it later, there's just no way it's going to function.
And you can have mismatched speeds of RAM. It
Right, the
doesn't-
speeds are what I can't find matching.
Yeah, that's fine. That is
Okay, that
fine.
is. Will it go
I'm
with the
running
lowest
two
speed,
different
or
right
will
now.
it go with the highest
will.
speed? Okay.
It'll go at the lowest speed. You got 3400, and I think the ones I sent. in
You sent me
general chat was
3200, which were fine.
32. Yeah. those are
32 is fine. I don't even 2666
It's
is.
once you
fine,
get to
I
like
don't-
Ryzen processors, then speeds are
more
important. Yeah, you can overclock your CPU more just by getting higher RAM speed.
I think with mine,
You'll get
because I'm
better
running the
performance.
Ryzen 9 5900, 5950s, 5950X.
Ooh, that's nice.
So yeah, the 12 core multi-threaded or whatever. And
Yeah.
for mine, I think I'm using 4333 clock speed RAM. I think it's 4333.
Is it FPS display info 3? What is the called?
R underscore
R
display
R
info.
underscore display.
Yeah.
Space 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do
I was-
easy on here.
Perfect. Yeah, out in space, I'm getting 45 frames a second, and the game just runs smoother. So thank you. So after all that work in Python,
Yeah,
The
right now I'm
last
getting
project-
36 frames per second out here, so.
the last project we had to turn in, and it's already turned in, I already finished it, was with an Arduino, and Arduino has its own coding language,
Mm-hmm.
and it's absolutely nothing like Python. So all the students were mad. They were like, "Thanks, Teach. We spent
Yeah,
months
no.
in Python, and then your last, and it's not even a big project. It's just a little project. It's not worth much, but the last thing we do is in a whole new language."
No, I got two sticks that are each 16 gigs, and they're both G-Skill 3200s.
Pen, did
Do
you
it
want to get
16?
in?
Or should I get 2 at 8 and fill all 4 channels?
You should get 2 at
Oh
16.
no.
Do you want me on the left turret or right turret, Dream?
Depending on the price, what you can afford.
Go in back left. It doesn't matter. They're all we all got them all matching.
Okay.
We spent 240,000 yesterday going through and matching up all the other ones we got.
Yeah.
Each one now has 2 Vo 3s, the filtering ones, and a Torrid 3. Torrid 3 or Torrent 3? One of those. The ones that
Torrent
give you
3.
the extra power.
Okay. And the honest answer is I can't buy any RAM modules right now. But
Yeah.
here coming up soon, maybe after Christmas. There's no reason I couldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Sneak
if you can
some in.
afford to get to, oh, somebody else is in the elevator. I'm not using that. If you can afford to get the 16s, I guess that's good. And then you can have 48 gigs.
So you would still have me run all 4 channels.
Well, the quad channel is fast, or if
The CPU, the motherboard does have quad channel available.
yeah, it's faster to run quad channel. So if you just needed 32 gigs, having 4 8 gig sticks can be faster than having 2 16s for certain applications. It's like maybe if you were like doing all your engineering and it's like doing flow simulations, maybe it could.
Yeah, the
Really
nice
fast.
part is that SolidWorks runs all of that off video RAM. Part of the reason for
Okay.
SLI is that SolidWorks specifically, not Fusion. Fusion does it off CPU and regular RAM, but SolidWorks runs it off GDDR.
Okay.
Runs it off the video card, which is really nice. That's why some of those workstation video cards have insane amounts of GDDR5
Oh, yeah.
or 6, is because some of the simulation programs will keep it all on the video card, which is nice.
And they get servers that end up having like 5 of those cards sharing
Yep.
memory. You end up with half a terabyte of GDDR.
Which still means that your simulations are going to take a couple hours, but
Oh yeah,
when I
but
first started,
just so it can actually run it.
yeah, when I first started my very first simulation project, it took 14 hours just to run, to compile and run.
Jeez.
So it was I set it up the night before and went to bed, turned it in the morning.
Yeah, with the stuff you're doing, you need a nice PC.
All right. Let's get a moment of silence.
Yep.
Hey guys, what's going on? Dream Reaver 23 here with another live stream. Doing something a little bit different today as well. Going to set a spot in here, a marker. Edit stream info. No. Marker. Where are you? Raid channel. No, no, no. Not clip that. I need a marker. Add stream marker. There we go.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Add marker. There we go. There we go. Minimize.
Hello,
and
stream.
Set.
We're all here too, the whole gang.
Hello.
It is true.
Wow.
So we will have Salty in here shortly. He's going to go get pizza. I do have to my right over here. We have Panda. Say hello.
Hello.
Coming up in the prospect. Are you jumping in on us?
I'm just jumping to Arc L3. So I'll start a search in a different spot.
Okay, I'm good with that. Waha
Might
is in the
drop that on
prospector going and looking for some Quantanium. Sorry, turn off my little display info up there. And Salty will be back shortly after he goes through and hunts for pizza. However he does that, you know, with the hunting.
The modern man on the search.
OG Flunky,
And beer.
always having a good day. Any day I get to go through and stream and hang out with my friends and everything like that is a good day. So, always a good day. How is your day? I know he's going to have a little bit of delay for that. So, while we are going through and getting everything set up, we are going to be doing something a little bit different on this side of it. This will be having a portion of this going over to the YouTube side of it. I know I'm streaming on both of them, but I'm going to have a section of it cut out specifically for it, and I just kind of did citizen talk for start citizen talk on there. I wanted to go through and have a discussion about brainwave things that I've had on things about modularity for spaceships and org gameplay and org organization functionality and stuff like that. That is all for me speculation at this point in time because they haven't put out a whole lot of word on it, and Panda actually is more of the SME on this side of it. With
I just absolve the content. I'm just literally absorbing content constantly.
so a lot of stuff, and because I go in my cycles of like popping in, popping out of the functionality of it, we're now getting to a point to where I'm in it a lot more. Because of the gameplay loops that are coming through on the game, so we will be actually Panda. I do need you to run and get into one of the side turrets, and we'll go through and start doing searches.
And I know pretty much nothing about what's planned, so.
So it'll be a learning experience for all.
I mean, I literally probably watch 6 hours of Star Citizen YouTube, maybe every day. Maybe it's not all Star Citizen content, but definitely.
Right now I'm
It's
about
just like a
3
job.
or 4 hours a day usually whenever I'm not doing stuff that I shouldn't be.
That's how it is. I'm gonna go left side. I just feel a little comfier over there.
Okay. Just as long as you're not center, so I can go through and rock center. That's the only
Yeah.
my only thing that I ever
Yeah.
have.
Easier for you to get down that ladder.
Yeah, that and for
Out
adjustments
the
and
back of
shit.
this ship.
Um,
I'm actually quite excited for our conversation about the modularity, specifically of the Caterpillar. I have a few thoughts on how I think it's going to do it, how I think Star Citizen is going to do it, backed with kind of like the way they've done things in the past. And
did you
I'm
see that link that I
excited to talk about
posted
it.
with the one from like 2015?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I saw that one and brought it up because they haven't they've mentioned stuff, but they after the release, because that one from 2015, that was when it was still in gray box phase, and then 2016 they were in white box phase. They had to revisit because they had some changes and adjustments. I actually watched another video that followed up after that one, and it was the 2016, so it was before they had even released it out. And I was like, all right, cool. And since then, like, there hasn't been a whole lot of more information that's come out on the modularity systems that I've at least been able to see or find with just quick Google searches. That's not really
Specifically with the Caterpillar, yeah, they've been real silent. Real silent.
But that one from 2000, no, that was 2016. The one in 2016 that was a follow-up video, I'm pretty sure you've seen it. Instead of having Randy, the guy that looked like a young Dom from Fast and Furious,
Yeah.
they
Really
had
does.
another guy, and I can't remember his name. But with that one, they actually went through and showed like 6 or 7 different ideas they had for modularity of the containers. Because with the Caterpillar ship itself, and I did wish I had just
Should
like
we hold? Should we hold? Or are we getting? Because I feel like we're getting into it. I feel like we're approaching it, the conversation, and I just want to make sure that you know.
this is where I want to go with it. I know Salty's not here, but also I don't know if Salty has
Okay.
much
Okay.
to contribute on that
Perfect.
side of it. So, but yeah, no, I
I'm
want
not
to.
familiar with it, so
Let's go.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure.
been on the game for
2 days.
2 days. Yeah, nothing against
48
that.
hours per person, so. Everyone's there once, right? Everyone has to be there at one point.
yeah.
So you're gonna want to jump to me.
Yeah, we've got a lot of rock here.
That's 4.9 quant on the left. I got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6. That's a 24.07.
All these look like they have quant. They're really hard for me to scan because I can't go up. Like I need more up range in this turn.
Right. Well, right now that's 21.46. I'm doing the initial scan for them just to make sure.
And I
So
don't
just-
pick any up. I do not extract any until we're all ready to go, right? That's a mistake I
Correct.
made last time.
2.23. Yeah, no, we break everything first and then
Yeah.
we extract.
I'm
Like the very
scanning
last
what I
thing is
just
we
found here,
extract.
just to see if
2.73.
I'm gonna lose something good. Nope.
Losing
I'm
something
comfortable
good.
leaving this.
And
One of the things for me,
2.66. So 2.66. I got 3 that are at 2. I got 2 that are at 24 and 21, and then I got 1 that's at 4.9. So these 3 are the ones we're gonna look at
that's good. That's
as
good.
the primary, and they're close to each other. So
I'm coming in.
Going on with that, so this will be a weird one because we're not just
Testing
doing just like
modularity, right.
podcast. We're
Yeah.
doing like active shit as well.
Bring me in 30 more meters, please. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Perfect. That's perfect. Oh.
Yeah, I hit
We
C
shot way forward there. I see. Okay.
instead of X. Bring it
Keep
back
backing up. Keep
a
backing up.
bit.
Keep backing up a little bit more. A little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. 10 more meters. 10 more meters. Perfect. That is the sweet
Alright.
spot.
Well, do you want to hop in here to go through and get it, or do you want to do it secondary out there again? Just on how you want to do
I
it.
can do secondary out here because I can point out which rocks you should go
Yep.
for, and that can be a secondary scan.
I'm looking at a 24% quant. That's the first guy I'm going to pot.
Well,
It's right here in front of me. I'm just going to tap it so you see it.
give me a sec to get down in
Right.
there.
But this
And
guy here, I
actually,
just
give
looked
me
for
another
the
sec
place
because I
for
need to
him.
bring my game audio down, sound effects volume down quite a bit, so that way it's not overpowering
Yeah.
for this
Yeah,
chat.
so you
Because
have
I actually do want to
21.
chat with this chat.
Tap it, chat.
So yeah, it should be a 24, a 21, and a 4.9. So basically a 5.
Yep. I
The
see
other ones are
two
2.4,
20s.
2.4-ish. I got the best view ever. Can I get a defroster in this motherfucker?
Dude, defrost, you need new glass in that
Four.
thing. It's so scratched. This is the rock I want to hit first. I don't know if you can see my laser on that. It's the 24% Quantanium. I just want to crack it first.
Barely.
I see what you guys got here.
Just
Oh,
It's
you're looking at a
49.
different one. Yeah. Right next to it. Closest one to the one you were shooting. Or we can pop the one you're shooting. That's fine too.
You gotta pop them.
That's
This
the one
one?
I'm trying to pop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to go for.
Now, follow my direction on this one. We actually found a little bit better of
Yep.
a way of doing it last night. Hit 75.
Okay. Pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. Up, up. Locked in at 75.
Once you guys crack this, I can start scanning these, and you guys can pop the top one.
Could we break the other big rock? Is that what we should do while you're sorting the mini rocks?
and
Okay.
I can sort these and tell you which ones to break.
On
So
my
let's
call,
pop
you're
the
going to
mini
drop
rock.
to 50.
Okay.
That's
Roger,
still going to be
roger.
a second.
Okay.
So, with the modularity, the video that I was watching, the second video, is one where they show like 5 or 6 different ones. And they're talking about like medical gameplay, right? So having it to where between all of the different pieces on the ship, for the Caterpillar specifically, there are 5 modules and 1 front module, right? Go ahead and pop to 50.
Hit it. Locked at 50.
And I'll adjust through here.
48. Locked at 48. I hope
No, no,
that's
no.
okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Just as long as you stay locked at that one position so I can go through and adjust mine for it. So, with the Caterpillar, all of the modules, there are 5 modules and 1 front module. The front module does have a different design, so the 5 in the middle are the ones that are actually kind of set separately. Those are all the same size. The front one is a bit different size because of how it opens and how they had to go through and set it up. So, the bits of the gameplay that I was looking at was, okay, right now they don't really have, they haven't said much. The only thing we've heard is like having maybe to where you can go through and have like a medical bay that you can go through and pop in there. And I think that's more based off the information that was put out in 2016. That's the one right there.
Yeah,
That's
we'll hit this big rock.
4.9.
Well, Waha. Oh no,
What?
should we hit the other 20% is what you're saying.
I'd say hit the other 20% first.
Yeah.
Same thing, 75 first.
75. Oh. Perfect.
Top 3 are use, or not top 2.
Yeah, three are basically useless. We'll be leaving. I'm locked. 77. I'm locked at 77.
On my call, drop to 50.
Roger, roger.
That's nothing.
50.
Hit it.
All right, we
Locked
got
at
100%.
54.
And 22%.
I have a damn fly down here in the basement, which is annoying as hell.
So before we talk about the specifics of modularity with the Caterpillar, should we talk about where modularity has gone in the game? Because I feel like that's really important.
Yes.
There are 3 ships that have had promised modularity. Okay. The Redeemer, the Warden, or not the Warden, it's called the Sentinel, and the Warden is one of the subclasses, right? The Sentinel, and then the Caterpillar. And the Caterpillar, actually, I still have hope for, because it's the only one they've stayed relatively quiet on. Whereas both the
Yeah, they haven't
Redeemer
said shit on it.
and the Sentinel have lost their modularity. Instead of becoming modular, they are now multiple ships, right? So
Right.
originally the plan was you'd buy a Sentinel,
75?
and if you wanted it to be EMP Sentinel, then you could install the EMP module. Or if you wanted to be the troop carrier, you could install the troop carrier module. That ended up becoming 3 separate ships, right? Now we have the Warden, the Vanguard, I can't remember the names of them, but what was supposed to be modular became new ship chassis. And the same happened with the Redeemer. I'm worried they're going to head that direction with the Caterpillar. So we'll have a medical Caterpillar. We'll have a a repair caterpillar, so on and so forth. That is a concern I do have.
And that's a valid concern. Go ahead and drop to 50.
50. Locked at 50.
And honestly, I think that out of all the ships, and granted, I am a bit biased. I have a Caterpillar. I love my Caterpillar. My Caterpillar is one of my favorite ships just because it's a big fucking space barge.
It's
And I
a
love
really,
that.
really cool ship.
I love the design elements. I love everything about my cat. And
All right.
as an even
So you
more
guys-
of a person, I would go through and say that the Caterpillar is the best ship out of any ship so far introduced into the game for modularity, in the sense that it's 5 center pods.
I agree.
Our
It would
center
have to be
fucking
the
pods.
easiest. When we were looking at what they would have had to do to make those vanguards or those wardens, like, or to make those modular, it was insane. They were talking about replacing the entire interior guts of the ship for each
Yeah, that
module,
sounds terrible.
and you would be able to do it at a space station. It made no sense. The
Alright,
Caterpillar,
so-
I do believe, is the best.
Yep. So the rock I'm hiding behind is a 100. The rock I'm lasering is a 23, and that's all from this rock.
I really wish I could see through this
See
fucker.
those.
Do you see the stream? Do you see my glass?
I do
I
see
have
it.
a 98, or I have a
So-
100%. I'm gonna crack it. I can see it. The 100% quant that Quaha is hiding under. I
Yep.
do believe you are correct, Dream, that the Caterpillar is the most
Oh, okay.
likely to actually come through and pull that off. Because it does
Keep yours at
seem
0?
as simple. 0? 0. It does seem as simple as being able just to replace those 5 interior buckets, right, with
This
a
one that
medical
I'm-
bucket. Or
The
a
one I'm
salvage
nosing is
bucket.
23.
Okay.
Is there only one
move there
100 on here?
Yes.
Yep. And then there's that 23 that I just nosed. So I'll go over to this other big one.
Ooh.
At 0, you want me off?
No. I need you on there because you
Okay.
keep the
The bar big.
yep,
The
the
optimal
instability
charge.
down.
Yeah.
So, and I agree. Like, out of all the ships, like, oh, don't get me wrong, ships have different functions, right? Cutlass black, Cutlass red, Cutlass blue. I understand those being as separate. Like, oh, not modularity. You can't just go to a thing and change them out. Like, they need to. You don't have, an ambulance and a shuttle bus. They're both based off the E350 model. Well, yeah,
Right.
but they have to be made
Right.
absolutely different, as opposed to a box truck and then going through and being like, yeah, but we can go through and put a ballast in there and you can actually have it to where it stores fluids. Like, that is modularity on that side of it, on that I can actually say yes. I can't see which one you're hitting. Is it this one?
Here, let me power up a bit just so you
Yep.
can see the
Okay.
beam, and then power down.
This one over here is 3 rocks.
That is the perfect way to think about it, though. We're looking at E350 vans, but both are sent to vastly different places to become what they are in the end.
Right.
And that's what
Yeah.
they've had to do with other ships. I do think the Caterpillar has a chance, and again, because they've remained very quiet about it, because they haven't. I see these as good things, right? Not
Yeah.
that they're trying to hide away the fact that
Right,
they
right,
can't
right.
do it, but more so they're waiting until the systems are in place where it's possible, and they don't want to get hype or they don't want to have people bringing it up until then.
So the reason why this whole conversation started in my head is they were talking about it was either Board or Super Mac Bros. And I don't know who it was. It could have been what's his name, the pirate.
A Minion Soldier.
Minion
I love
Soldier,
that
thank
dude's
you.
voice.
Yeah.
That dude's voice is perfect.
Well, and doesn't he
Especially for
also
a
have like
pirate.
Answer the Call? Is that his little
Yep,
podcast? That he does?
that's
Yep.
him.
He did
Yeah,
one
that's
with Space Tomato the other day that I watched and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Minion Soldier.
that was the only 2 big ones on this one, wasn't it? Haha.
Yes. So I am
Another-
currently lasering one that is 40. And there's
Okay.
2 rocks I'm hiding behind. These 2 right here that are also have quant
Okay.
good amounts.
Panda, are you lasering?
I am lasering the same one as you, the 40%.
Okay.
I'm zeroed on the 40% one.
Yep. So the reason why this whole thing came up for conversation started for me is basically it became like a thought process to where I was staring at my screen and just theory crafting in my head of just like the different functionalities for it. And so I'll give you the layout of the process in my head, because I think it'll give the explanation through the end a bit more context. If you were, let's take it away from space. Let's look at, if you're an organization or a corporation or a business, small, large, medium, here on Earth, and you go through and do mining operations out in a remote area.
Australian outback.
Yeah, or African
You're going to
jungle
go
or
through and you're
South
going to
America.
have your rigs. You said it was both of these right here?
These lower two is what he was saying?
Yeah, I think it was this one and that next one.
Yeah, that's one of them.
You're going to go through and you're going to need your mining rigs. You're on it? On the same one I'm in?
I believe so, but...
I don't think so, because mine stability's 2.
There we go. Now we're on the same one.
Okay.
Sorry, I see what happened, yes.
Uh,
Yeah, there we go. Instability 0.3. There we go.
There we go. Yep. It adjusted
Okay.
again.
Okay.
So if you're going out Australian outback and you have to go through and mine a big area, it's going to be a long one. You're going to be out there for, say, 6 to 8 months to a year. You're going to go through and you're going to have the mining heads, the mining rigs, right? Whatever those are. You're going to have some sort of bit to go through and refine, at least even at a base level of refinement, to go through and get it separated out, get the trash, the dirt, and everything like that off to the side. So you're going to go through and you're going to get set up with some sort of ability to go through and have some sort of bit of refinement. You're going to have something to go through for storage, for transportation of your stuff, and you're going to have stuff to go through and cover barracks or supplies. That also includes things for medical and, if shit happens, some thing to go through and have rations. You're going to have that stuff set up in that situation because you're going to be out there for a hot minute. And you're going to want to go through. You might have people coming in and rotating, but you need to go through and be like, cool, you need a place to sleep, you need a place to eat, you need a place to shit and shower. You need to go through and make sure that you can have things taken care of if you get sick. And we need to go through, and beyond all that, for taking care of the crew, you need to be able to go through and take care of the resources that are coming out of there and making sure they're taken care of good. There we go. I was waiting for that instability to come down. And so, thinking about that situation in Star Citizen, you would need the same stuff. I'm not talking about like we're in system, so we're going to Arc L3 and then hopping back
Right,
over to
this
Arc
is
L1.
not
Yeah.
the end game mining play. we
No,
will not be
no.
bouncing back and forth. That would be a waste of
Absolutely.
resources and time.
So,
yeah.
in terms of modularity, my thoughts were, well, what ship would you go through and take? Because everybody was talking about it. It was being talked about because of the Odyssey with the mining functionality
Well, it can
for it.
now, keep its own fuel. It can basically.
And that's
maintain its
basically
own
what it's
fuel level.
going to be mining for, right? Quantanium to go through and refine itself, refine the quantanium on the ship to be able to put it directly into the fuel supplies on the ship.
Yeah,
it
I
might
don't
be able to store some extra
believe-
stuff,
Right,
but
you
it's not going to
wouldn't
be a
go
fucking
for
mining ship.
Borace. No,
Right,
that
no,
wouldn't
no,
make
no.
sense. wouldn't make
Wow, that was the only other two off this one. So do you have ones over here for us?
Yeah. The ones that my nose is pretty much touching.
Ooh, there's 3 that are kind of
That's
together. There for
shooting
my
me.
angle.
They're
I
they're the ones
apologize.
off to either side of me.
Is it the
They're not- it's-
16%? Can you give me the numbers?
Oh well, that they
Put your laser
Have
on them because then I
quantanium,
can go
period.
through and see.
Yeah, I can't. They're bunched weird, so your whole ship doesn't help.
okay.
Can you laser them?
Yeah, just let me get back out of them.
Oh, you are a ship. Okay, cool.
Yep, I am.
On my
shit.
screen, it looked you were the same. The ass end of your ship was the same as everything else. Okay, I can see
This
that.
is one, and then this was one.
Okay.
Well, and I just want to ask because at some
Oh,
point
I
we'll
may
be
have
able to.
overloaded that a little bit.
I hope you
At
do not
some
blow this
point,
Left one I did. You're good. You're good. Don't touch it. For a
at
little
some
bit.
point we will be theoretically able to drop these bags of rocks in space to float, and then
Yeah.
restore the mole with new bags.
up. So here was my overall thought process for that. Are you on it as well? Yeah, 0.22.
I am,
Cool.
yeah.
Was you are going to have prospectors and moles as your main mining functionality. It
Doing
might be
the
in this
mining,
situation.
the
right?
physical breaking of rocks, just so
Right.
we're clear.
Yes, doing the physical breaking of rocks. You are also going to have spotter ships, like Huaha is doing right now. Right now, he's as an organization, you would be backing all of these ships, right? You would go through and like these would be all your ships that you would be having in, or you would be at least the main spot for it, right? So, and this follows in two spots. But right now, I want to talk about modularity, and then we'll bring this into the organizational gameplay
Sorry.
in a hot minute. So don't get up on that side, because I've been thinking about this for like 3 days now, and I'm like, yes, no, this is exactly how it's fucking needs to happen, because that would be fucking great. So if you're looking at it for the organization, we have, let's just say we go out there, we're like, all right, cool, we're a big organization, right? 40, 50 people. Am I on the right one? I think I'm on the right one. Yeah. 40, 50 people. We're bringing out 3 prospectors. We're bringing out 2 fucking moles. We're bringing out a couple of fast ships that can go out and scout.
Well, science. Just to interject, it will be science ships. Science ships will come with the scanning array to identify these rocks, as well as the beacon material to be able to drop beacons for us to follow. So that's what science ship roleplay will be like.
Fucking beautiful. So that's what the little Tanos or the
Yeah,
Sens?
the Sen. It's called the Sen,
Sen.
and the Sen won't be the only science ship by the end.
Right.
But yes, science will be just massive scans. On a science ship, you'll be able to make a map and drop a beacon.
So gorgeous.
That's
so
cool.
you bring out a couple of Sens. For right now, that's all we know of at this point in time.
That's all
A couple of Sens to go through and be picking up in this stuff like that. You're going to have a couple of prospectors, a couple of moles, and then you're going to need to go through and have storage, right? Caterpillar. Immediate input of refine, so that's where it's going to have modularity, because right now you can take stored SCU, you can't take ore, right? That's the reason why, like, you can't just make modularity for any ship. You can't go through and be like, Cutlass Black, you can just go through and put a mining module on there. Well, no, because it actually needs to have secure spots to store the ore.
Right, and all the tubing and all the
not open
piping to
space.
move the rocks.
Exactly.
You can't just...
So, if you were able to go through and adjust the modularity, is that all you were able to see on these? I know those other ones are like 2%, 2%, 2%. They're not
Yeah.
that
I think
great.
that's it, man. I think that's it.
Yeah. So I've got 3 rocks here that are that can be extracted.
All right,
I'm
I got
pointing at
mine
one.
on that one. I got my mine set on that one, or my laser set on
Okay.
that one.
And there's this one.
Panda, can you
Right.
start
Yep.
looking at that one?
I'm looking right at it, ready for your go.
Yep.
All right, we'll do a 3, 2, 1, go.
And the next one is one I'm on now.
Was not in extraction mode, my bad. Now, just to that point, maybe the Caterpillar can hold the bags of rocks that the Prospector and Argo drops.
I'm okay with
That
that.
could simplify the loop just a little. That was just my
Right.
thought.
And that is something, because I thought about these ones getting. Wait, is this one?
No,
Not
not
none
that
of
one.
them to
No, it's got a little bit of
the
boys. but
right
that's
of
it.
me from yours. Yes. Believe. All the ones on the bottom, I believe.
This is 5.7 and 94% inert.
I'm gonna move
This is
over.
36 right here.
Taking it. Start looking at the next one.
I'm looking at the next boulder, the next big one we cracked. I'm just gonna scan and pick up.
Yeah, go for it.
100% inert.
Yeah,
So,
okay, that's
with
the
that
5%.
logic, it does make sense, and you could go through and say, yes, it this one was crap, wasn't it? I hope so, because I'm not looking at it anymore.
That's a 2.9. This is a 100%.
Ideally, we'd want to leave the mole and prospector in whatever area we're working. You know, those you wouldn't want to be
and that's
bouncing
where I
back
was
and
gonna.
forth.
That's where I was gonna say. So finishing out our
32.
lineup of ships, we would have. Let's just say for our organization, optimal size, we'd go through and say 2 moles with at least 3-man crew on each, and 2 prospectors, just so they can go through and do some of the small stuff. Do a lot of this like what we're doing right inside here. Was that all of the rest of them that were up here? Yeah, that's inert.
I think so.
I really wish I could see through this motherfucker.
This is a 100% down here.
You would also have a couple of science ships, right, to go out and do scanning and trying to find them, dropping beacons so
This
we
is
can go through and move
100.
on to the next one. And then you would have a couple of the Argo cargos to go through and grab the dropped off the back.
100.
Yep, got it. So we're in Argo, or we're in the mole, we're full. Drop them off the back of the bags, and it switches back on. They would take
100.
those and bring them over to the storage ship, right? The cat. Store them on there temporarily, but as in in a refined spot, right? If we're going out for Quantanium.
100. That's a lot of hundreds.
Yeah, it is. Then it would be able to go through and say like it's secure, so it's slowed down, right? And then they would come back out and also be able to go through and carry with them a storage of the extra bags. Because I think there was, if I remember correctly, it was saying there would be like a possibility of having like say 3 sets of bags on it, so you could 3 times before having to go through and refill those bags or something like that.
Right. The mole should already have some replacements. That function isn't functioning though.
Right. Yeah.
Already
definitely.
in this ship as we have it, there should be some replacements, but
Anything
I
else?
don't think
Bob?
that functions yet. This last
Not
rock, we got to
yet.
check this last broken one.
Yeah.
I'll put the laser on it. There was
Yeah,
an
these-
11% and a 9%. I don't know if we leave those. I don't know what we do with those. But I'll have Waha check.
You should probably end up grabbing. That's 100.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab this one. It's the 9%.
Yeah. Grab whatever you can, because you got to go back anyway.
Yeah, and right now we're at 45.
Good.
Here's the 11.
Here's a 20.
Yeah, I believe that was it. I will stick here for a little bit
Okay, I'm gonna
to make sure we got them all while you guys go.
start jumping back. Panda,
I mean,
if you're
at
gonna get
worst,
up
I'd
front,
just drop.
or if you want to stay here with him, you can hop out of the back and hop into his prospector, so that way you're not having to go back to Cruel.
True.
Ooh, that's a tough
Oh,
one, right?
there's a
Do I deal-
5% over here.
You want to
Oh,
grab
yeah,
that
this one.
5%?
Shit.
Grab that 5% since I'm already out of the cockpit.
I'm lasering it.
I am gonna stay with the Argo. I feel like that may be the safest
Okay.
with the mole. I'm gonna
Did you
stay
grab
with
that
the mole.
5%?
He has not yet.
Oh, I'm out of it. I'm out of the seat.
Get back
Oh.
in the seat and grab it.
I'm going. I thought you were asking Waha to grab it, but that wouldn't make sense
No.
because then he'd have to
Yeah.
leave. Okay. I understood. I apologize. I don't think the 30 seconds will matter all too much. We'll be all right. That was very efficient. That was a very smooth mining operation, boys.
Even
like
with the conversation, which is nice that it worked out. that
Yeah.
way.
I feel like I
So-
could have been faster.
Let me know as soon as you got it. And then honestly, stay in your seat for right now until we
Yeah, is
get
it-
up into Quantum.
Okay, I'm here. Let's go.
Because if you get out of it,
missed
it takes away my
2.9.
Quantum jump. Too late, we're already jumping.
Yep. Whatever. 2.9 of 200. Nothing.
And
4 units.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. We would absolutely have to have some sort of system like that, where it's almost working as like a conveyor belt, because you don't want to be flying moles and prospectors back and forth.
Right, and so it would be something to where you would go through and say, even if you did have to, right? So say you didn't have the crew for the Argo cargos. I do think the Argo cargo system would be nice because, but the other thing with that is the Argo cargos can only haul, what, 4 SCU?
I have no clue. I have absolutely no
And
clue. What
each
those
of
little bags
these,
hold.
each of these bags, because there's 12 of them across the bottom, isn't there? There
Yeah.
are...
8.
There
Argo
are
cargo,
8.
let me-
Yeah, there are 8 of them across the bottom. So out of 96, that means that each one of them is 12 SCU.
Cargo can hold 2.
So there's an issue right there. However, if you did have it, like if they did figure out how to go through and make it to where they can just pull the bags and haul those around
Tractor
to
beam.
wherever.
We could tractor beam the bags into the caterpillar.
True,
Couldn't we? I think we could.
if you were close enough. So the
Oh.
caterpillar, the storage caterpillar, would have to be close enough. So my whole thought process with it, because the Caterpillar has a docking port right up at the very top of the ship. When you walk out of the command module into the hallway, there's that docking port right up top.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, how would you go through and do that? You would go through and set it up to where you had, and this is where it comes into the modularity, right? Have it to where one, it's got a neural, like a neuralizing field or something like that. A neutralizing field is the word I'm looking for. Because Quantanium, once you get it in the refinement process, until you get it in there, it's capable of blowing up. It gets unstable after it's first picked up, right? So you'd have to have something that goes through and neutralizes that.
Quantum travel complete.
And I don't know if that's, but also because of if you had a couple of prospectors out there, you want it to be doing that inside a ship that's not moving, so you can go through and say, cool, it's neutral in here until it gets picked up for refining. And then if you had that set up for your Caterpillar to where it was specifically made to hold mined ore and keep it to where it's good, then you can go through and have a second Caterpillar outfitted with a full setup, 5 modules across, as like replacing all that as an actual refinery that does have process variation between the different refining types. And it might not be as efficient as bringing it to a huge station, but time-wise, either time-wise or output-wise, right? Because we know that a high yield is 98.76%, I believe is the number. A medium yield is like 85%, and a low yield is 63% of the ore that you put in at Crew L1. That's with the
Okay.
plus 3% Quantanium jump. We actually figured it out the other day. Me and Waha were sitting here and we're like, what's the difference? And so we did the math. I take it back. Waha did the math. I gave him the numbers. So, with that logic put in place, you would go through and say, well, you couldn't get high yield off of a ship for that situation, but it would still make it to where you could go through and have something around medium yield as like your high yield, and that would make it to where you could go through and actually be prosperous out there and not having to bring it all the way back, especially if you're going to one of these stations that might have a 45-minute to an hour jump range.
Right,
Like,
that's
in
another.
quantum.
We might not be within station range. Period. 45 minutes or not. Right. We may be so far out in space, and the Stanton system is very popular, very populated. Right. The Stanton system is hundreds of millions of citizens call this place their home. That will not always be the case. We could be out quite literally in the middle of nowhere, not necessarily unruled, but definitely in Kansas per se, right? Versus right now we're in New York City.
Right.
So maybe, we're sitting here, we're comparing, part of your logic there is the comparative between what's the highest ship value we could get compared to a station value. Well, that we may not even have to take that into calculation if there is no station value to compare it to.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Unless I'm thinking about it wrong.
no, and that's exactly what you're thinking about it exactly right. Let's go ahead and hop out.
Have a pleasant stay.
That seems like I'm a little cockeyed.
Because I was still in the arm.
Ah, gotcha.
I am no longer in the arm.
So you would go through and have a storage facility, 576 SCUs of ore on the Caterpillar if you had that thing to where one was just for storage. Or you could go through and split that and say, okay, we have 238 SCU. Are you going to stay in the ship? There we go.
No, because you're pulling in the ship, aren't you?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah. No, so I'm
238
gonna-
SCU of ore storage and 238 of refined storage, right? You could go through and split it that way. You could go through and have it. That's where that modularity would come in, but you have to go through and dictate it. And once you go through and dictate it, you have to bring it back into a station or an org, hab to go through and say, cool, yeah, we're changing this out with this modularity. Each one of those modules will have a cost assigned to them and everything like that. But then you would go through and say, cool, well, now we need to have the other one, and that other one, you would have the front Caterpillar. So this is the refinery Caterpillar, just hypothetically, to go through and say, all right, front of it is where they go through and do the loading and unloading, and that would have to be something that is done through tractor beams and or Argo cargos, depending on how close they are, to be able to go through and basically just bring stuff back and forth over to it, back and forth over to the front of the smelter. Then it has the whole 5-module system that's set up on the inside specifically for refining. This is a refinery process. It goes through and gets put in there, and as the organization, you're going to go through and you would have the ability to go through and say, cool, this is the process we're running on it. I realize it takes a bunch of time, but we're able to go through and do this much ore per hour, and with this output. And it might be something that's based on that, instead of being like, cool, it's going to take 20 hours to go through or 25 hours to do this process. This is the amount of ore per hour it processes with a continual output. You know what I mean?
Right, because you're always going to take the hit when you first start, but once we have the loop running, right?
Yep.
The loop should run.
All right, ship is stored, running to the refinery. I know it's going to kill you if you run to the refinery.
No, I'm waiting right here. I'm waiting right here.
So, and then after it goes through the refinery, then you'll have Argo cargoes and or tractor beams to go through and move it back to the storage side of the refined ore storage side. So it's basically the thing that can actually be transferred to, you know, like right now when we're making runs to Arkel 1. Or you might go through and say, cool, we're actually transferring this to a full another Caterpillar that's just refined because we want to fill up that Caterpillar before it starts making runs. That needs to be 576 SCU of refined Quantanium before it runs back, because that's how you fucking make your money. You know what I mean? And then that one might have its own organ, you know, flight commander and a couple of turret pilots, and that's a mission for it to go through and get sent off to the nearest place where you can sell it for a damn good value, or where they're needing the Quantanium at that point in time.
And it'll be stable, too.
You would also need to have another Caterpillar specifically on that one for barracks, hangar and habs, right? A cook spot where they can get food, they can get drink, they can get medical attention, and they can go to sleep and log out in the server and be able to log back in there. These are ones that do not move when that operation is up. The refinery, the storage, the barracks. Those are Caterpillars that the modularity would absolutely fucking make sense to have, and they are locked in place. They could be docked together. They do not move. So that whenever you log out and you log back in, you log in right there.
Now, one of the things that I want to talk about that, just to interject, is we could pay to have a Pioneer brought out and build a hab. That's what the Pioneer does as a ship.
In the middle of space? In
Yeah,
an asteroid
it
field?
can absolutely build little. Yeah, it can absolutely build little pods.
Well, see, and
little
that's where
livable
I was
pods.
wanting to ask about that too, because I know that they had that one. Hold on one sec. Quartz barrel Borace Quantanium. That's 4541 of Quantanium. Fair in exchange. Get quote. 1 day, 1 hour is 20,668 UEC. Yeah. But that is.
That's our cost, right? That's our. It's 20,000 to refine, not 20,000 profit.
That's 20,000 to
Yeah.
refine.
Okay.
Which right now I'm just kind of eating that cost, so that's technically right now my cost. Because I never figure it into like the price at the end. I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, split it 3 ways or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yes, the Pioneer could build us, but we'd want to be careful because we wouldn't want to do that for some place that we're not going to be a long time.
Right. If you're out there for a week to go through and set up a refining process, you're like, I'm not going to go through and have a fucking... That's going to be
Right.
an extra initial cost. Whereas an organization, we're going to have Caterpillars. As an organization, if that modularity goes in place, you're going to have a refinery pillar, a refine-a-pillar. You're going to have a live-a-pillar, and you're going to have the Caterpillar. Right? Like, that makes sense to me that you would have those as an organization and you can go through on the spots. Now, if you're going through and looking to try to go through and set up, hey, this is going to be a permanent outpost because for the next at least 8 months to a year, we're going to be here and refining out of these places, you would have that so you have that location close by for
Right.
extra
If
storage
we're
or
looking at
something
a
like that.
year, we would pay to have the Pioneer come build a little hab.
Absolutely.
Well, and another thing I think that maybe, and I don't know if you've overlooked this or not, but you don't need entire individual Caterpillars. You'll be able to buy Caterpillar body sections, and you'll be able to fly them around and control them using the one captain station. Because you're on a Caterpillar, you know, the Caterpillar separates into two, and you've got the
Right.
little captain pod, right?
It's called the command pod.
The command pod, right? So what I'm saying is we could set up our barracks
Padfoot.
Caterpillar, right? And then you could leave it in place. You could maneuver it into place with your captain pod, your command pod. And then once you disconnect your command pod, that Caterpillar is just as good as a floating hab. It can't be moved, it can't be flown, it can't be until another command pod is connected. So you'd only need one command pod, or maybe less. You would need less command pods than you would need Caterpillar bodies.
Right.
Another way to think about it.
No,
So
absolutely.
we're not buying whole Caterpillars.
Yeah, you would just need the base section of the Caterpillar, or
Which
you know, that.
eventually, at some point in game, we will be able to buy just that. just the cargo portion, the barge, not the
Yeah.
control. That's a-
But so having it that set up along those lines, so that was where in my head I was like, for modularity, that absolutely is gorgeous, because then if you can go through and have the refining, like, and let's be honest, the refinery section on this base, this space station, is huge and it does a lot. But even on a Caterpillar, because of the amount of heat, amount of tubing and everything like that, you would still need, for an efficient, and I could see them going through and having, like, if you have 2 modules, well then you're only can get this efficiency. But if you have all 5 modules set up for refinery, you can actually bump out to this efficiency level for refining, giving you the extra options or something like that, and for just the amount that you can do. I can see it more being as like an amount type thing. So with one module, like, just let's say if they were able to go through and set those up.
Systems
Actually, can I still... I'm not really that far above. I need to fill up Quantanium.
Well, and we don't exactly know what the modules they're going to make are.
Have you picked up
This-
Salty?
Is he here?
Oh, is Salty around?
Yeah, he's
I'm
back. He said he was here.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
talk.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
it is podcast format, so interruptions are allowed.
Yeah, we're sitting on the pad. I'm going to actually take
Pad
off a little
04?
bit from the pad. If you can get down here while I'm filling up the hydrogen, though, it's going to take another 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Pad 4?
Yeah. Okay.
Pad 04.
Worst case, I'll just fly out to you.
All right, I need to go to the bathroom, boys, so I will be back.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's fine.
I'm gonna need to grab my food in a second too. I have not found a good Quantanium yet. I've found multiple 2s.
Are you heading to pad 4?
Yep, working on it. There we go. World's slowest elevator.
To those just joining us in the chat, we are talking about modularity for vehicles in Star Citizen, specifically the Caterpillar, and eventually will be organization gameplay. Organizations are like corporations in EVE or clubs in Rocket League. Like, it's the group of people that play together and all work for the same kind of team or whatever in the game.
Alright, I have 7 rocks in front of me. One of them was 6%, so I bet there's a good one here.
Just waiting for Salty to lift himself up in the elevator.
Can you,
Hold F and point it at the little screen.
I'm not in the, I don't have
Gotcha.
access to it. Yeah.
There's a 23% here, so yeah, come right to me.
There we go.
Yeah, I lifted you. Give me one sec. Salty, invite to... I'm not the party leader. Who's the party leader?
Oh, Salty left the game. Salty was the leader. So maybe I'm the leader now?
Drat.
Could be, because I'm not.
Nope, I can't invite Salty. So it's
Well then.
Panda. Panda must be the leader.
Well, this is utter pandemonium.
Let's see, does it say... Party... Yeah, Panda's the leader.
Okay.
So once he gets back, he can go through and invite him.
Well, we could break the party and have you be leader. Because Panda's already in your ship. He can do
True.
it when he comes back. He can rejoin. That way you're leader and it'll just be easier.
Thank you, and please visit
So,
again.
give me one second. I'm just trying to get marked on you. So I can go ahead and start the jump.
Quantum travel engaged. Landing gear up.
Leave group. Friends. Invite to party. Invite to party. Invite to party.
Okay. We'll have to remind him to join again. Okay, I'm gonna stand back from these rocks a little bit, and I'm gonna go do get my food stuff.
Okay.
Quantum travel complete.
Just get close enough. Sun's behind us, so I'll actually go on this side.
One of the things we haven't discussed as well is the use.
I hope he didn't blue screen.
Yep, sounded like something happened.
Panda? Pretty sure that it did. Well, I see. Are you on the left side, Salty? Am I alone here?
Um,
Damn it! Sorry.
Salty muted. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I'm on the left.
Hey,
Panda.
folks, can you hear me?
Did you blue screen?
Game crash. Game crash.
Gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha, gotcha.
Let me see if I can get back in. It might put me on the Argo.
I was just
Oh
gonna
shit!
remind you.
Before you get back in, like before you join, we just switched parties because Salty wasn't able to get in and all that stuff. So, and you were party leader and you were away. So, I sent you an invite, but I don't know if you accepted it beforehand. So before you get back in, like I can go through as soon as you get in. I should be able to go through, and as soon as you get into the menu, I should be able to send you a party invite.
Okay.
You do that. I'm around and try.
Another thing we haven't really discussed, though, is the use of NPC crew. We don't
is true.
need 50 individuals, 50 real players. You know, we don't even need that. I don't know how complex the NPCs are going to get, but in theory, we should be able to run the. Once we get the loop running, we should be able to run it 24/7 using NPCs.
Right. Well, and that's one thing that I was kind of wondering as well, because in logically, you would need to go through and have
Party
a
invite,
crew.
please.
You would have to have NPC crew to go through and run the refinery.
Absolutely. According to
Because-
them, NPC crew will be as good as a crew member. That's what they want.
Did you get the party invite?
No, I did not.
Invite failed. Can you...
I can invite you to a party.
We'll have to do it that way. Everybody leave this party.
I'm going to.
Send
Send
Huaha.
invites?
Send
Yep.
Huaha. Yeah, okay.
Done. Or no?
And now,
Salty? Party invite?
Salty, did you get his party invite?
Yes.
All right,
Now
I
join.
see. Yeah, now you can.
Hopefully
that
it puts
w-
me in the Argo.
Yeah, that's where I was like, well, shit, don't join yet because then you won't be able to.
Their goal is to have an NPC be indifferable from a real player, especially with like commands you can give them and tasks that they can be assigned.
Were you
if
in the
Panda's
turret?
on the station, I can go retrieve him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Were you in the turret whenever you got?
No, I was just sitting basically at the elevator. In
Okay.
The, in
okay.
the in the modules where the components are. I
Yep.
was standing there waiting.
I'm gonna let you try to get in before we start
Thank
moving any closer. But yeah, so in that sense, going through and establishing a place would be first fly out as a basically an org train. Caterpillars to go through and establish where you're going to, like, first send out your science vehicles, establish how good the deposit is, the asteroid belt is.
Or we could just buy. Another option too is we could buy other players' science data, just to round out the
True.
whole logic here. We don't
Very true.
necessarily need our own science ships. Necessarily.
But if we
I am
did
in the
that,
right turret.
okay, awesome. If we did that, logic would dictate that you would go through and have science runners. Anyways, we would use the best for our organization, and we'd be able to sell the other ones to other people. And there might
That
be
is
other
a
plots that are
smart
inside
way.
that asteroid field. You know what I mean?
Right, we're looking for Quantanium, but maybe there is a diamond hunter, right? And that's what he does, is mine diamonds. And we could sell that
Another
information
thing.
all day to him.
There could be a risk by buying from other players because how do you know they haven't sold that to other people as well? And you're both going to be fighting over the same claim.
Right. And overmining.
Part of that comes too, we don't know exactly how the science gameplay is going to work, right? We don't know if they only get one map, one data point, one beacon to sell, or can they sell multiple? We don't know yet.
So let's follow the logic for this then. If we go through and look at, we have science that goes out and does some research into an area where we're like, yep, cool. So we send out either team on a science ship or a couple science ships to run, tandem running out and say, cool. Or we buy it from, another person or whatever. They go out, find a location. Then you're going to go through and run a train to set up your infrastructure out there first. To go through and set up, cool, refinery setup, barracks setup, storage setup, small ships, the Argo cargo's fitting inside, one of the other cats to go through and get it out there, because they are really small and tiny, and I'm absolutely sure they would totally fit in a fucking Caterpillar ship. You get the infrastructure set up, and then you would go through and say, awesome, now we need to get the miners out and the personnel out, right? The personnel can obviously come with the initial personnel can obviously come with the initial one set up, but you would be going through and getting those set up on there, and then and maybe not all at once, right? You can go through and drop the refinery out there, set it to where it's in lockdown mode to where it can't be touched or messed with or anything like that. And then take the commander module off, fly back, go through and grab your other ship, or have a couple people fly the other ships out there to go through and set up your barracks, set up your storage, set up your refinery, and that's your base main hub of it set up. Your barracks ship would be barracks, medical, and food, right? And you would need NPCs on there to go through and serve food and all that shit that they have on there. Refinery to go through and refine all the shit. And then your storage, that would just be like your main storage hub for it. And if you could color coordinate these things, that'd be even better, because then you can go through and be like, the yellow one's storage, the orange one's refinery.
Yeah, there's no reason we couldn't do that. Right now they do have skins, but they've already said that painting, like just raw
Yeah, the hex
painting, will
painting,
be an
yeah.
option. Yeah.
As soon as they figure out how to get that in there. Are you saying volume, FYI?
Are we low or is someone high?
I don't know, because I'm like, well,
I don't know.
because it might be for Salty. He is kind of quiet.
Salty,
I think everything else should be coming through with a pretty good volume.
Speak up, Salty.
But and then you would go through and establish your bit, and that's long term. The other side of that is that, and this feeds more into the organizational side, where I wanted to kind of move on to. But so before we get started into that side of it, like, what are your thoughts on that side? Do you see that gameplay with that level of modularity in there specifically for caterpillars, as we were talking about? Like, is that something that you agree would be a very nice?
Oh, that's
route that they
totally
went down?
valid. And not only is that valid, I think that's exactly along with their kind of ship goals. Star Citizen, in theory,
34%.
if we're successful, right? Let's say we find a really good spot and we're there mining for quite some time, we're going to start to see shipping routes develop in the system around our mining infrastructures because of how good, like, so I think your thought process is tracking perfect. Not only in with what's possible, but with what Star Citizen wants as a game, you know?
Right.
This divergent growth, this player-driven exploration, player-driven, you know, we are an organization, right? We will be an organization, and so they're going to support us in what ways we need.
I think it would be also useful if, following that line of thinking, that would give us the ability to even initiate transit lines and lines of trade to
Right.
different.
Spot on.
So that follows in where I wanted to move along. And the other thing that I will say for modularity is, one, can I get somebody to go through and throw some more beams on this? I've been sitting here with my beam on it for about 30 seconds.
This guy here, I can't scan him, but I'll put a beam on him.
He's at 35% quartz and 34% quantanium. So I'm going to control this. Panda, can I get a stream from you at 75?
75?
Salty, you just keep it 0. Yep.
That's exactly it, though, Salty. If we're successful and if our mining camp is long-term, we will see trade routes start to appear. Because as we said, like for the barracks, we're going to need food delivery. And if we're paying the right guys to bring us the right food, well, they're just going to make that an established run.
Right.
Boom, we
so
have
that was the
a
other side of
leg
it
now.
that I actually kind of talked a little bit about with Waha today, in the sense that for organization side, right? We go through and set up the organization. We have the vehicles. We set all that stuff up. We're going through and setting up routes to there. But also, it could be something to where there might be another part of the asteroid belt that they don't have the quantity or the, you know, if it's an organization or it's a player, they're out there by themselves. That could be something that we could go through and say, awesome, here's a refinery. Somebody just went off. We lost some of the stability on there.
Panda, sorry, I'm on.
We have a refinery out here, and other players would be able to. I'm going to control my. To leave yours where it's at.
I'm sitting on a 23, by the way.
Okay.
Perfect.
And so other players in that asteroid belt, solo players or other organizations that might be smaller organizations, or just want to go through and say, hey, you know, we see you already have an establishment out here for a refinery and everything like that. They could go through and use our refinery process for a fee to go through, like it does at, you know, CRUL1, and say, cool, you want to refine that much shit? This is going to be this amount of time, and it's going to cost you 20,000 credits to go through and refine it through our
100%
established.
more. That is exactly how they want it to work, which is perfect because that's how we want it to work.
Did somebody move up? Because that just shot up.
Nope. Locked.
Yeah, somebody didn't have their laser on right. They're holding it down as opposed to it being. Who's on the right?
Panda. My bad. I want to let you know, though, that something's wrong because the middle rock, when it exploded, didn't disappear. So now I have the main rock and all of its children rocks.
Oh. Okay.
So something's funky going on here for me.
Gotcha. I am just sufficient. This is 213 away from me.
I am insufficient.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Shut
insufficient
my
as
laser
well.
down.
I'm gonna have to move closer to that one. Are there any other close ones that we can go through and crack? This one's
There's a
only
6% one. What cutoff do you want?
I'd say 6 is a good one.
Okay, then the 6, I believe, was this one. Let me double check it.
It does go one step further than that too, because paying for the beacon,
This
which
one.
is just paying for the information about an area in space, is one thing. But we can go and buy the physical space as well. So on top of just, do you want to use our refinery for a fee, we can say, if we're successful, we can say, we actually own this whole quadrant of the asteroid belt, and if you want to mine anything here at all, pay us a fee.
Gotcha.
We can own the space as well. Now that is an expensive prospect. You know what I mean? That is a costly option.
Yep.
But if we're
I have
making
another-
I
taxes,
am not getting this anything past quartz on mine every time I try to scan it.
6.26% quantanium.
Okay.
There is
Uh,
a 16 rock down here as well.
Okay, mark that
34,
16 rock. Hold that one.
16.
Panda, can I get 75 from you?
Roger, roger.
So the other side of it
Talk.
with organization gameplay that we were talking about earlier was actually bring yours up to 100. Thank you. So looking at it on that side, to go through and establishing an area out there is also the ability to go through and set up contracts for if we don't have the flyers, right? If we don't have the AI flyers or whatever, and you're just trying to get ore back to said place, setting up contracts that actually pay pretty damn decent to go through and fly those rocks back. That one makes me a bit more nervous, but also if they have something set up to where, and this leads into what I was talking about earlier, Tahuaha is with organization play, right? Organization play goes through and says we can go through and establish places to mine or refineries and stuff like that, or also going through and saying, awesome, we have drop saying we have vehicles established, right? So let's look at first within the organization. Say we have an organization of 50 players. Cool. We have ships that go and are set up in the organization, right? We have caterpillars, we have moles, we have prospectors, we have our ships. As a organization member, we can go through and have missions inside the organization that we set up, right? Saying, hey, we need to go through, we have an abundance in one of our storage areas, we have an abundance of this material, we need to get it sent. So we set up contracts, basically just like any, on the contract screen within the organization that can be handled within the organization. Anybody within the organization that meets the requirements for that contract can go through and take that and fly it out. And we can set those up. And that's how they get paid. They don't get paid based on like what the sell is for it. They just see that there is X cargo and it's getting paid this much to bring it from here to there. They don't know what the cargo is. They just know that that's what it is, right? It's bringing that stuff from there, and there is no value for it. Like if they were to go through and say, well, screw the contract, I'm going to go through and just sell this cargo. They just get a flat rate, whether it's Quantanium or
Well, that would also
Borace,
make them criminals. That would
True.
also make them criminals, and so the whole criminal system in the game would also kind of be a deterrent, from that kind of behavior.
Right. Where are you at? This one down here.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to reach it.
16%. I think that's the one I'm at. I'm completely insufficient, so I think I'm gonna have to move for that.
Yeah.
Out of range.
All right, let me go
Okay.
move this ship. But you would also be able to go through and have contracts set outside of it, right? So say we don't have enough people in the organization or whatever, we can also go through and set up.
23.
we can go through and set up outside of the organization and just say, here's a contract for anybody to be able to go through and pick up if they meet. And this is where I was talking with Waha a little bit earlier in the sense of hazardous materials cargo. It would be nice if they were I've said DOT, and then I was corrected by Salty with DOST, Department of Safety Transportation, Space Transportation.
Space travel or space transit.
Yeah, yeah. I like
and
it. DOST.
If organizations were able to, was it this one?
I turned around, so I'm.
I
Let me
don't
scan
know.
it.
You see it?
I can scan it. Hold
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Got a
But
3%
so
rate
within an
for
organization, somebody, so who tapped it? As soon as somebody tapped it, I couldn't go through and scan it anymore. Y'all scan it.
It's this one. It's the one that's 227 meters.
Okay.
This one. Oh, that's too low. That's too high for me.
I know. I'll get there. I just need to get
Okay,
to where I
okay.
can get on it, and then
The other one that I have my face in is 23.
just make sure you're staying by those other ones so we don't lose those cracked.
Uh,
Everybody reach it?
And
So, one thing that occurred to me, we could also set up with our own people, or we could subcontract out, like protection. Like
Yeah, you could do,
individual subcontractors for like so people with light.
You'd have
or
to
medium
talk with my
fighters
chief
could go-
combat operations.
So, like,
That is
personal high
100%
value
what we would do, though, is we would hire players that are interested in not necessarily criminal bounty hunting or pure fighting warfare play, but a player that is interested in escort play. That should theoretically be a thing. Or we can hire NPCs to escort our ships. Totally a legitimate, real tactic thought.
Yeah. Panda, can I get 50% from you?
Yes, 50%.
So with that, and this is where the thought process came out on this side of it. So we're moving away from the modularity and everything like that, but more into the spot of cargo running specifically for our organization because we are shipping or mining and trading, right? So if you were to go through and say within the organization, or let's say because so Board actually brought this up today in his video, and he was talking about hazardous material running, hazardous cargo, and how that's in there, and there might be some things that are blocked by you have to go through and like your contracts whenever you're going through and doing the missions and stuff like that through the contract screen have to get a certain level of prestige or whatever or respect rapport with them to be able to go through and get those. And I said, well, wouldn't that be nice if as an organization you could actually license? So the only two ways that you can go through and like basically run cargo is whether you're doing it with a contact through contracts or with an organization. They can actually, after you meet certain criteria, sign off on your license saying that you are good to go through and handle this type of material for organizational runs or for whatever. And with that, it also, with that license, whenever you get that approval as a space trucker, you also have to go through and provide an insurance that you're paying out of pocket separate from your ship insurance. That is just like a cargo insurance saying like, I'm a space trucker, this is what I do. I'm going through and making sure that I can cover this cargo for 5 million UAC or AUEC, which is what you have to do in the real world, right? As a trucker, you have to have insurance to go through and cover the entire load that you're running.
Precisely.
And you have to have those authorizations from DOT and from, you know, your different organizations to go through and say you can carry hazardous materials or fire materials. You have to have those, and you have to actually like qualify for those. So having
Well, I don't
something
know
like
if
that,
there'll be a qualification system. We could absolutely vet the people.
no,
that we do.
in an organization, it would be a vetting. But in game, they're already talking about like to do those as missions,
Okay,
not just
good.
to go through and picking up
Good.
stuff, but it's a report level. So you have to go through and get to here, 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 and then do this mission like to this point to be able to go through and be able to do that for certain characters in the game to do those missions as a solo. So you would have to. It would still be, well, I've proven that I can go through and do this. And get this over here with this amount of time, with this much, you know, least amount of damage taken or something like that.
You could do the Kessler run in 12 parsecs or less.
Exactly. But so having those functions and being able to go through and vet those, and even if it is something for an organization and having levels of criteria set in place to go through and say like, cool, you have this many runs. Basically, this is your safety rating, not including anything for piracy because we can't, you know, you can't go through and help piracy, but like you didn't run into you didn't turn your engines off as you were trying to land and fall into a planet. You know,
Right.
just put
And true
anything.
piracy shouldn't be happening inside UE systems. Their goal is to make that very difficult. I know it does happen now,
Yeah.
but again, we're not at full play.
2 seconds.
it-
Waha, do you have another big one?
No, I'm holding over by the other ones. To your left, I believe. Should be the 16.
No, we just popped the 16.
Oh, the 23. I mean, then.
23, okay.
It was right next to that other asteroid.
Was it probably the one that I can't see?
I can't see any more. They're
Let me
all
see.
out of my range. Not range, but out of my turning ability.
Radius.
Yeah. Piracy should not be happening inside UEE systems. So as long as we're mining inside UEE protected systems, it shouldn't even be a concern.
Right.
Now,
I'm
as we
nosing
were
it right
talking
now.
earlier, Pyro may have rarer, more valuable minerals. And it may be worth it to go mine in a non-UE sector. But that's when you're really going to have to start talking about piracy, player interdiction,
And you
problems
would
like that.
You would probably want some kind of
Okay.
either
So it's
player or AI-driven
above
protection
us.
detail alongside with your crew that are out mining and running.
Yeah, you'd almost
Whether
have to. You'd almost have
Whether
to.
that's part of your own org or like an inter-organizational agreement made between two agreements.
That's a good point, too. We could
So, like-
find, say, there's a security org, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So,
All right.
like,
Can y'all two crack
We-
that one? Or do you want me to get down there?
we should be able to.
Should be able to.
You're going to need to coordinate on this one. Just because I'm
You're
going to
in
have to
charge,
start
Salty.
making
Oh, okay.
movement for...
I'm gonna go. Give me 50%.
Roger, Roger. That is a very good point, Salty. We absolutely could coordinate with other organizations, and especially if our mining operation is profitable, no reason that wouldn't be a. And they're taking the hit as far as the NPC payroll goes, right? Because I'm sure that's still how they would do it, is just hire NPC pilots that are certain degrees of experience. But we wouldn't have to pay directly for that. We would only have to pay for their services
Right.
for protection.
Well,
And we don't know how those systems are
That's
gonna
one
work
thing where I
yet.
was kind of going through with, like, not just organization structure and everything like that, but organization gameplay. Because that's one thing that I want to make sure that they actually have in set good is, like, there should be a thing to where you can go through and not just go through and be like, hey, cool, yeah, other organization, you want to do this? Awesome. There should be something to where you're actually setting in contracts, right? This organization, out of organization funds, organization vault, organization da-da-da-da, like that functionality needs to be in there to where you have an organizational vault for storage. You can buy additional storage space for your organizational vault. You have organizational vehicles that, within the organization, if you are this level, you have
Yeah,
those things
org
where you can go through and
vehicles
set.
are confirmed. Exactly, where we can set up a rental agreement with our own personal vehicles, and then they become organization vehicles that anyone in the organization meeting the requirements. That's already a confirmed, not
That was
in
a
the
big
game,
break.
but
Did y'all go over
confirmed to do.
Quick question.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, no, I'm solid.
Do you guys want to do this 3 rock here?
I'd say, yeah, just fucking crack it and pull the parts and see if we can get anything as a good break on it. Actually, no, we already have, like, a
We
lot
have a
that we need
lot
to
of
pick up.
quantanium out here.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted to have it as an option to be able to pick up if you have a little space.
If we got a little space, there's no problem with cracking it.
This one's a 51.
We might not have time once you've scooped everything else up.
True, but if we crack it now, is it this one? That's right.
It's this
Having
one that I'm about to
trouble.
run into.
Track and Waha.
Yeah, okay. So the one right in front of you guys, it's like 90
Okay.
meters away.
You're in
that
charge,
one.
Salty.
Okay. Give me 50%. See where we go.
So, yes, absolutely going through and setting things aside inside there. Because that was one thing where I was going to go through and say, this is what I was talking with Waha earlier, because right now Waha's renting that prospector for 50,000 credits a day. In the organization, I could see that if we weren't doing something specifically for a vehicle, for a run or something
Another
like that,
3 here.
being able to go through and I think this is the only 3 that we're going to crack, just
Yeah,
because we've got to
yeah.
pick up those other ones. If it was something to where Huaha was able to go to the organization, and because he's a part of the organization, or even if he was outside of the organization, if he's a part of the organization, be able to rent the same prospector, but also be able to go through and rent mining heads, because as an organization, we're going to have mining heads, we're going to have those things that they would be able to go through and say, this is this prospector, and you're able to put on this mining head and these modules that are supplied by the organization for this cost. And even if it is 50,000 a day, but you have fully customizable as opposed to the one he's on right now, where it comes with the arbor and he can't really do anything else with it.
Yep.
Now, I don't know what level they're going to bring it to, but I would imagine that if they're not going to bring it to that full level where he can that we could modify it before we put it up for rent.
Right. So
I
they could go through and
definitely
just
see
modify
that
it.
being a legitimate option.
Right.
So they go
So-
and rent an upgraded prospector.
You guys have not cracked it down to purple?
No purples
Okay.
yet, I don't think.
No, we just got all the yellows right off the bat.
All right. I found 2 on this rock here that can be cracked down further.
Right, I don't know to what level, but organization based, like inter-organization based rentals and ship loaning already confirmed to be a thing they will have.
That's great.
'Cause it doesn't make sense. How do I get a new how do I get a new player in the game especially if we're established? If we're an established mining, like what, you can't join our org unless you own a prospector? That's ridiculous, right? And nobody's going to go for that.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
we're going to start with the big ones.
Yeah, there's.
I'm going to stay up top
2
because we're
rocks
going to
here.
just start moving, but start with the big ones to make them purple. We're not grabbing yet. This is second crack.
Just breaking.
You know, and one of the things I'd be fine with doing too is giving away the prospector theoretically for free, but charging more on the first few runs, right? So that way we get the players that maybe they don't even know if they like mining. Sure, have a prospector, there you go, but we're going to get 75% of your first 10 hauls.
Well, and that's one thing that I was actually talking about with Waha today too. In that sense, we know right now that yes, if you're doing direct ore sales, it could be something to where there's not a safe for org members. There's not a rental cost, right? You just have to, you know, maybe there's a deposit that you have to put down to make sure that something da 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 da. Anyways, but it's a percentage of the amount earned off the refinement and or the sales, direct ore sales
yeah.
of the ore, and maybe not 75%, but maybe it's something to where it's like cool, and it might be something to where it's adjustable. This org, it costs $10,000 to go through and rent a prospector with nice heads on there, but they take 50% of your ore that you mine with it. So it's cheaper.
Well, and in my
on the
head, we
day.
would step it down too, right? That way we can build loyalty, right? So someone, we
or you
took a
could go
lot of
through
their
and say,
first
like,
few.
20%, and it might not be something where it's adjustable all the way through it, but if you're able to go through and say, awesome, free to rent our prospectors, insurance goes through and covers the repairs for when you inevitably wreck it for whatever reason, but to go through and use these prospectors, it's 10%, 20%, and an adjustable amount to where you can go through and say it's this much. And yeah, I need y'all just to start cracking these. Yeah, we got to get these ones on a movement. Y'all's range is good on that, right? Y'all should be right around 90.
Yeah, we're
100?
perfect.
Okay.
51 meters away at least. from me,
There's also a 100% right here.
so- We'll flag that guy next.
But having that ability to go through and rent to not only within your organization, but rent outside of the organization, and going through and having set prices for like within the organization to go through and say like, yeah, you're not doing it for mission. Like if we're doing it for a mission, cool, good to go, not taking anything. And without outside of the organization being able to go through and say, cool, it's this set price for outside of the organization. If you're part of this organization, you can get these for cheaper. You can use them and run them if they're not being used for ops. And all that money that's being earned from the rental of vehicles and or refinery of materials and stuff like that is going right back into the organization to be able to go through and provide insurances on vehicles, NPCs, cost of NPCs, cost of getting new vehicles and more vehicles for other people or other things within the organization. Like that should be how it's fed into there, and then there can be dividends. Like, I'd love to see the organizational gameplay of it being set up to where it's kind of like that management style of gameplay where you have those your business management or simulator, the tycoon games or whatever. We're going through and be like, cool, I'm adjusting, and guess what? You got to use the bathroom today. It's fucking Roller Coaster Tycoon. 250 to use the bathroom. But like having that level of not modularity, what's
Customizability.
Depth.
Customizability.
Depth.
depth and customizability into it, to where you can go through and say, awesome, we can set up contracts with other orgs to go through and do work. So that way, if that other org, we're not just paying them,
Granularity.
but they actually granularity. That's the fucking word I was looking for.
Yeah. This
But
is
that other
100
org is
right
actually
here.
having to provide. Are y'all close for that?
Yeah. we're good.
Perfect.
Cool. But that other
Oh,
org
you
is
want
actually
me to
having to go
50?
through and
Yeah.
This is a second split. 50 might crack
yeah,
himself.
y'all are gonna
Oh,
put
hey,
too much
actually-
power into it.
Ooh. Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
that
This is a
Pull off completely
Okay.
if it's in the red.
No. We're okay. We're okay. We saved it.
for the second splits. You only need to be there on 0, and the person controlling has enough power.
Yeah,
Right, you're in
usually
control.
it's like it's 20 or something
mean,
like that. 10.
For second splits, I could blow it up. In this
Salty's
thing.
in charge.
So
You have the reins, Mister.
we blame Salty. And I just
No.
wanna put this
He's
out
just
there.
a better miner than me.
Well, no. If you blow up that rock right there, all of these rocks around it will also probably explode because
Probably.
they're already in second split, so they're already kind of set to be triggered.
So we would die. A big horrible death.
And I'd be over here laughing.
And we
You
lose
would
a
die
lot of
too.
Quantanium.
You would die too.
Now, once you guys start yelling, I'm backing up.
But so for that level of granularity would be nice in an organization in the sense that you can go through and say yes and have contracts set up with people and have and with other organizations. So like if somebody comes in to do contract work for an organization, right? Like they don't have to necessarily be a part of the org, but that's what it would essentially be. They're taking on contracts that we're going through and setting up. So they're contractors. Hey, I went through and did this mission for that. I was just hauling stuff from here to here. They paid me like fucking 10,000. It was 10 minutes of work. Fuck yeah, I'd do that again in a heartbeat.
Well,
you
and
know
as
what I mean?
far as Star Citizen goes, that's their goal. They don't want big factions or anything like that.
Two
They
things.
want
One, don't move around a lot when you were doing those because you can hit pressure spots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my.
I was
my
floating
grab
off, so I
flashing.
had to-
Yeah, so I have to reposition once in a while.
Yep. I'm just giving you a heads up because you can hit a pressure spot and it'll go through and jump a quarter of the way up.
Oh yeah. I've done that already twice.
They definitely want that level of granularity. They want new players to have to come to player organizations for work. They don't want big storyline
There's
factions.
a rock right here.
They don't really
You're gonna
want
have
that
to move
kind
to
of
get
stuff.
to, probably.
No,
Yeah,
184. I can hit that.
Well, for the angle too, and 184 is actually a little bit out of the sufficient.
That's
zone.
sufficient.
I can't touch it.
Yeah, just let him move.
Jeez, Dream, move the ship. Come on, man.
I'm also trying to
You
make
know
sure
which
I'm not
one it is
smacking
now.
anything.
No.
Yeah, I know what it is. Oh, nose
that?
up for me? That's perfect distance. Nose up for me. Thank you. I can see it. Can you see it, Salty, this guy?
I can touch it, but I don't get a graph.
Okay, I can control it if you want to give me a 0%.
There you go. I'll give you a 0. Yeah.
'Cause I've got a full scan on this guy.
So that to me is the exciting side of being able to go through and just like have that level, and also establishing things like I didn't know if they were only in space or only Terra for the setting up the habs and stuff like that, setting up an org location, like a permanent org location, and then the temporaries. I definitely say is something to where like modularity in between the caterpillars and going through and setting.
Oh, off. Fuck. Sorry, I'm a bad miner.
Do you want to fly the ship while I mine?
That's any better.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
It's a really good point.
Well, laptop or not laptop, but computer.
It's it's that I'm getting like jumps in the gameplay. All right, give me a 0%.
Gotcha, 0.
Thank you.
But yeah, having that side of it for me, that's just the cool part that I really want to see them implement it really well. You know what I mean? To where it's just like, yes, there is that. And I know it won't all come at once, but for me, the org gameplay is what I won't say most excited about, but I'm definitely highly anticipating.
Yeah, they want orgs to be the running of the game. You know, so us being in an org and us coming up with plans and having these discussions now is only going to benefit us.
What's going
'Cause
on,
they
Halsey?
definitely want the whole thing to be org ran, org controlled. Come on. You're okay. You don't got to get off. Guys, I'm shit at mining.
Are you having the same problem I'm having where you're scrolling your mouse wheel and just nothing's fucking
Nothing is changing, and then it's changing all at once, and then it, you know.
And I'm not the only one. I'm throwing my wheel 3 times to get 6%, then all of a sudden, oh, 90%.
Which is where I wish I had a better flyer, so because I have the fine control that I can do, but I'm also
I had good control, but for some reason it's not.
And then I try and back off, and it takes 3 years to back off, and then backs off too much.
Yeah, throttle quadrants are ace for mining right now.
I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Debating life in prison at the moment. Don't know how about you guys. What'd you do to get in prison?
Wow.
Life in prison's never the option, man. Especially American prisons. Like, if you're in Finland, maybe, but...
Oh yeah, maybe.
Nice.
By the book.
Next
Nice.
one.
I am set off of a 37% right now. You're gonna have to move to it.
Because I can't.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
see... well, I
it's
see
a
him, I
different
see him.
rock, so you're gonna have to move.
We're gonna have to figure out a way to.
Yeah, how are we gonna pick all this up? Alright, I'm good for it. Are you good for it, Salty? This guy right here?
I am good for it. Yeah, that should be good. I'm gonna give you a 0.
I may jump in as well and help pick up because
I think you're gonna have to because
yeah,
we're gonna need 3
I just
people
need
in
the
there.
speed of
I'm
scanning.
gonna do it a little bit.
Yeah, why don't you take over on this one, Salty? If you're getting a scan, you're the better miner.
We'll see what happened
How much
was.
better?
I'm at 0. Locked.
Okay, 10-4. I'm
Gotcha.
gonna start creeping power in just real slow.
Halsey,
51.
just as a point of advice on that side in the situation is get the police involved with it so that it can go through and get handled that way. It's not always the funnest, and you definitely always want to go through and have that side of you to where you can go through and just really fucking wail on somebody and take it out on them, you know, tenfold. But my bit of outside third party advice is definitely to go through and get police involved, law enforcement involved.
It's never worth
Definitely.
your life. Like, it's just not.
Yeah, because you're putting your life in their power, in their hands at that point in time. Because no matter what you do to them, that's whatever you're due at that point in time is getting reflected, and it's always in debt to that. So,
They've already proved that they're insane too.
and an asshole.
Yep.
Right, especially
they
if
proved that
somebody's
they
a
don't
dick.
give a shit.
Like, don't go there. Don't go to that where they're at, because that's Dickland. I don't like Dickland. I mean, if you like Dickland, that's one thing. But I don't like Dickland. Let the cooler head prevail, man. You'll always be better for it. Always. My grandma taught me that. Old Scottish crazy woman.
I've lost my graph.
Okay, I'll take over. Just, honestly,
Yeah,
keep
zero.
it at what you're at. Don't change a thing.
Okay.
Well, we're on second break. If he keeps it at what he's at,
Mm-mm. I got this, boys. I got this. Keep it. Because I'm bouncing it off his. This is perfect. We're about to crack it right in the green. Yes, normally this is dangerous. In fact, this probably is dangerous, but I think we'll handle it for this one.
By the book.
I'm sitting off of 51% on a different rock, so you got to move.
all right.
This is gonna be.
Then there's a couple more off of this. too.
Cleanup on this one is going to
Holy shit.
suck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dream, watch where you're backing up, too, because we're in the middle of these rocks.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't want one of those balloons to pop.
I've had an issue with that too. Okay, you know which one it is now. I'll
Yeah.
back off of it.
You guys got eyes on that one?
I'm lasering it.
Negative. What?
Oh.
Oh, yep. Affirmative.
Over there.
Affirmative.
I am in the greens.
I'm over here looking in like the wrong motherfucking direction.
I'll give you a 0 to start. Whoa, that's a tiny little green.
I'm gonna give you some light.
There we go. Now the
Alright,
green's a little bit faster.
Who's gonna take over? Who's gonna do it? Me or you?
I'll take it.
All right, do it. You got it. I'm locked at 0. I can take over if you start to get the weird glitches.
Yeah.
Halsey, I don't know if you can actually appreciate all of these rocks that we've cracked. These are all Quantanium rocks.
We're gonna
I think
make some
we've
money.
cracked 5 of 7.
We're gonna make some money.
And the other two, I think we're only at like 3%, right?
Yeah. So Dream, once they crack that one, if you just angle up, there's another 2 rocks. Don't move forward at all, because if you move forward, you're gonna hit it.
Yeah, I see them. So that one that's
Okay.
just above the one they're doing?
The 2 in between my ship right now.
Okay, gotcha.
One's a 10, one's a 37, I think.
All right.
And then there's a couple more down there on that small asteroid that we could split. They're only like 5, so let's just get.
I think we're
all
gonna
this
be
stuff in.
full.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Some of these are huge, and some of them are at like 100% splits.
Yeah.
Listen, Mouse. I want you to scroll up just a little bit.
I need you to go from 6% to 7%, not 6% to 15%, not.
I'm gonna hop out of my ship.
Before you hop in here, make sure they get this one cracked. Make sure they're not doing
Yeah.
anything while you're
I'm gonna wait for
hopping.
you to move before I actually get in, because I'm 105 away. So it'll take me a little bit to get over there.
Okay.
Okay, I've scrolled up like 4 times, and there it goes. I scroll up 4 times. It's stuck at 15. Then it goes to 30. All right, cool. Love that.
So yeah, we got some ore to pick up.
Yep.
It looks good right there.
I moved to 4%. 4.
Well, I guess I'm now back in my ship. I got stuck
Stay
in the
there.
ladder,
Oh,
and
okay.
I got pulled back in when the ladder came up.
You are the ladder.
Jump up. Ooh, 73% health.
Oofta.
I think I'm
Do
good.
you have a
I
med
can
pen?
move.
Are y'all in the green at least?
I don't have anything.
we're-
Oh,
right
we're
in the middle of
we're in the
green.
green. We're mining great here.
It's just going
There's the
slow
ship.
because
All right.
that was a good one.
Slow.
Just nose up. Yeah, nose up.
Well, I gotta see.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you're right.
That
that's
rock
good.
right there, and the one to the right of it. Fisher.
This one and
I'm coming under your ship right now.
Let's pop that 30% one first.
Y'all
Salty.
wait. Let him get in first.
It's the one.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's this one. Let's pop this one first. It's at 32%.
I'm all the way at the elevator.
You're in charge, buddy.
all right, brother. Sneak up.
I'll
on
get
it,
into
nice
the
and friendly like.
scratched up turret. Oh dear. There we go. After this run, I gotta do a in-game food run.
All right, Halsey. I appreciate you
I
stopping
might
by, buddy.
Have some extra for you. Have a good one, Halsey. I hope things turn out for you.
Definitely, definitely. Let's go make sure everything's good. Once everything blows over.
Jail's just shit, you know what I mean? And once you're in it, like, you're gonna go twice. You know, like,
Yeah, you're already on that list kind of thing.
yeah. It's a bad loop to even touch. If you can avoid it at all,
It
That's
screws
the
your
right-
employment too.
yeah, no, like, it's such a bad
Yeah.
loop.
Mm. That's one thing,
Oh
Sweetie. She has a
God,
felony
I
on
am
her record,
very
and
close to this. I am
and
8 meters
it's-
from this rock.
It's just
ridiculous
life
to
is
try to go
harder
through
now.
and
Life
try
is
to find
just
work.
harder now. You know, and it doesn't matter how long ago the felony was or what it was for.
All right,
like, they're just
so
here to fuck you.
Can you guys alternate to where you and Salt on this. Oh, did you see that? Ooh, we are really close to this. I should actually back up.
Yeah, I was 8 meters
I'm
from it.
gonna
That's why I just
reverse
said.
a little bit, just a
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see your mining blade like basically
This
touching
guy is
it.
10%.
Your mining laser
All
is
right,
like, I'm
so
just
on
gonna
this
scratch
one,
it.
Waha is going to run lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll take lead because I just don't have enough granular control over with the mouse wheel.
Yeah, I know. I got a throttle.
So after this, when we run back, I'm gonna restart my whole box.
Okay. So
Try and
for
get
for
these-
everybody, well, I guess we can go through and wrap this one up since we kind of stopped talking about a lot of stuff. I like the ideas for a lot of those things on modularity for Caterpillar, and I think the only thing I would add on to it is I also would like to see them go through and say, cool, you want your cat to go through and be a space tanker that can actually haul quantanium and or hydrogen fuel to space stations whenever they get that in spot. Absolutely modularity, because it's not going to be cargo like cargo boxes. If they can go through and like remove the 5, put a ballast to where you can go through and carry X amount of hydrogen and or quantanium fuel.
I do have a question then, Dream. Would you be okay if instead of a modular cat, they came out with a liquid storage cat?
I would want modular.
Right, but if
Like-
modular's not a possibility,
Okay.
and they do bodies, what I'm saying is if they divert to what they've done with the other ships, and we get different chassis that do different things,
Let's
is there a
scan
path
what's
we
right
could
in
still
front of us.
continue forward with that?
Well, hold on one sec. I would honestly rather, if I had a choice in this, I would honestly have them wait until they can implement the modularity than going through, because it's a lot easier, it's a lot harder for them to go through and it's like, we'll just throw a second one in there, we'll have the super tanker one, and that's just what it does. Instead of them going through and being like, no, let's try to go through and figure it out to where we can have the modularity so people can go through and say this is half modular, half cargo.
Well, they
half da, da,
have
da, da.
diverted to just doing the other chassis. That is how they've solved it every
Yeah,
other time.
and it's hard for them to go like with those. They're just like, yeah, we just have 2 different ships now. Because later on, if they want to go through and say get rid of second chassis and just make it to where it can go through and modify the first, people are going to lose their shit because they're like, well, I bought this one because I want it for this. It's just harder for them to go through and do it, as opposed to going through and
Yeah.
getting that fixed from the get go. Like saying, yeah, it's modular. You can go through and like we said, the cat is the prime example. It's 6 modules altogether on that thing, 5 of the same one, and the 6th for the front one. Like other ships, it's easier for them to go through and say, well, yeah, it makes sense that this would be a completely different ship. Our example earlier of the E350 body with whatever is a
Right.
perfect example of that. But for the cat in particular, it's hard for them to justify anything else other than modularity. You know what I mean? Honestly, the only exception to that is I could see them going through and saying, like, because of it's actually a liquid ballasted fuel tank and everything like that, and for the increased weight density of the fuels, we have to have a separate one because it actually has bigger engines or something like that on there, bulkier landing gear, and more of a stronger VTOL down. Like, I could understand that side of it, but for being able to go through and that's the only way that could go through and justify that one for that one particular instance. All else sides of it, it would have to be something
The
modular.
cat makes more sense. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. I get that.
But I want to
was
do. I
mainly
do.
asking as a devil's advocate kind of situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do want to leave the rest, and so ending the YouTube segment that will be put up specifically on YouTube about this conversation. I'll have to go through and edit this a little bit to go through and get out some of the blank spots in there. But I want to know what you guys think. Put them down below in the comments below. I will have this up on YouTube. We are going to continue going through and playing this side of it because I do want to go through and get all of this goodness. But yeah. Waha, do you have anything else to add about organizations or modularity?
No, I don't think so.
Salty?
Sounds good to me.
Panda?
Let's run the universe, boys. Let's own it all.
Absolutely. For everybody on YouTube, until next time, this is Dream Reaver 23 reminding you to game happy. I love you all, and I will see you all later. And make sure you guys head over to Twitch and join us on there or on YouTube when we're doing our live streams. Love you. Bye, guys. All right, so that is the marker added, so I can go through and edit it right there. Now let's go through and grab these fucking rocks.
Are we
Right.
grabbing? Are we to grabbing? Because I'm looking at it 100%. I want to pick it up right now.
Do we have
Oh,
all
might
the
be the same
yellows
100.
cracked?
I think we're all looking at the
We have
same
everything
red.
worthwhile cracked that I know
Okay,
of.
and it's at purple cracked.
Yeah.
All right. I am looking around me, and where do you want? Do you want to start from right here, and then we can move?
We're already
down?
here. Let's. Well. Yeah, let's just start here.
There ain't no place like the
Yeah,
present,
there's
honestly.
We need
there's
to
no
keep
better
eyes on
place to
time.
start.
And then at the end, so our game plan is keep eyes on time. We leave
Yeah.
no later than 8 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Okay.
And whenever we do, Huaha, whenever we call time, everybody gets out of their respective pod and goes into the center of the ship. Not up here with me, not anywhere else. They go into basically back by in the back
Modules.
engine area.
Galley table.
No, the module's in the back, just basically back there. Huaha is going to leave the
Yep.
ship and get over to his prospector. So he needs to get
Yep.
all the way back to the back and drop out the bottom of the elevator. Y'all call it back up. We'll fucking bolt and get this
I can
sold. But
fly
that
it.
needs to
Well,
happen fast.
yeah.
Actually, let's do it no later than 9 minutes. So at 9 minutes, what
Yeah.
we don't have, fucking too bad.
Stay.
We're taking
Oh.
off. That and it'll still
Alright.
be here. And Huaha will still be here. So we can go through and, come back and grab
Okay.
some more if it's still here. But 9 minutes is our cutoff. So you guys tell me where I need to go. I am going to be in a spot where I can kind of see around me.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going. I'm picking it up.
Let's go. Should we grab all the big size ones
Grab
first?
all the
Make
big
sure we
ones
get everything.
first. Yeah, all the big ones first, and then we'll start getting
We
granular.
can do a second pass. Or race. 30%.
Call and grab. Call and grab.
Grab.
Oh,
Because at
you've
this
got
point
that
in
one.
time, we're
And-
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Come on, give me the damn scan.
That's a nerd. Oh dear. That's a non-split 50% quant.
I'll give you a 0.
Somebody give him a 0. Panda, you keep pulling.
Okay.
Oh dear, that's. Yep, keep pulling, keep pulling. I wish I
Um,
saw
I-
this earlier.
I can't reach anymore. Fuck. Let me see if I can look over here. What did we split up?
We're halfway there. Two-thirds. Three-quarters. Nine-tenths. Broken. Grab
All
and
right,
go.
start pulling. Do I need to turn this way so that you guys can see some extra stuff? Do I need to drop down?
I think we're good there, hon. I see a 16%. I want to grab that on a second
Just grab it.
round, or do we grab it? Okay, because
Yeah,
we got a lot of 100%s
Okay, but
that are not here.
All right. Yeah. I either need to be pointed down, up, or to the right. Any of those options will give me more rocks. Nose down, nose up, or nose to the right. Either one.
good.
Thank you. I can
Nerd,
pick up. I can
nerd.
pick up these a little bit lower.
Nerd,
10 more
nerd.
meters low. No, nose down.
Well,
Like not ship down, nosed. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. And then I can look at these guys here.
time check.
12,
12 minutes.
17. Oh, come on, scan.
100% quanta. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So far away, it keeps.
Let me know where I need to go. I can.
No. Those are all bad. Those three that you guys
Kinda
just
got it.
pinged. 100%. The 3 above my extractor are trash.
Do we need a new direction?
We're gonna get
hold
one
on.
because I need to. Well, I need to change how I'm facing so that I can just go left to right instead of
Yeah.
guiding through it. Any of those that are in front of us?
I'm still
Salty,
trying
I
to
see
scan
you
on the
looking way
left.
to the right.
I'm trying to get eyes on that.
Yeah, that whole pile kind of to the right and above.
There's like
none of us can
13
see.
rocks
The ones
right
in
there
front of
below
us.
That's trash.
Below and to the... Yeah. I don't know which way I'm facing.
You're
Below is done.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think this pile is done. We need to
Below
go.
is done. To the right,
right
isn't
and
even done.
We haven't even checked yet.
No,
and then nose
these
up.
ones right here are not even cracked. We got to go all the way to the right.
Nose up as well, because we're too low. Me and Salty are.
So now
Thank
if we
you,
just
thank
nose
you,
up,
thank you.
nose up.
Yeah, let's check these. There should be some good ones in here to grab.
Yeah, this will be a good one.
good.
Yep.
Yes, perfect. For me, I guess. Good for me. 100% Quanta at 165. Oh yeah, look at that. We've already got over 30 SCU of Quanta.
Yeah, and we still have 2 big rocks to go.
11
I'm gonna
minutes,
press
52
this to
seconds.
8 minutes, so you got another 3.5 minutes.
Okay.
100% Quantanium at 177.
100 at can't tell.
And inert junk.
$100. We're already at 45.
What's our
and
total?
counting. 48. 61. So
Okay.
we're good. We have 46 of 61. Another 100. You see the group of rocks that's to the bottom, to just below this, to the left?
Yeah.
That should where we should go next. Once we complete this.
Is that everything here? I'm not
This is
seeing
an
any more pickups.
18%, but I know there's 100.
All right,
It's gonna be hundreds on the other one.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Take me
Yep.
over here. Yep.
Be good.
Come on. One of these has to be set. My timer just reset to 11 minutes 53 seconds again,
Yeah, 1150.
but it's already read 11:50 about a minute ago.
Okay. Weird. 100%.
Max cutoff that I can do is as soon as this alarm sounds, y'all gotta get the fuck out. In case the timer's not
Okay,
working right.
that's... Yeah.
I think that's a good run. Should
Let me
we...
get this 18% that was still over here. How long is on that timer?
The timer now reads 11.
No, I mean, not... The one dream is set.
Oh, I don't have a timer. I'm talking about the volatile
thought you
cargo
said.
alarm.
Oh, okay.
That goes
That's-
off at 7 minutes.
Oh, okay.
11:04.
I thought you said.
Like just an RL alarm.
I could do that. I could just tell that bitch Stacy to go through and.
You know what? That may be better because this seems to be a
It's
little
Stacy.
unreliable.
That's so we don't say her name.
I like that.
Let me look around in space.
We got 100% Quanta at 215 units. That's a good grab.
Yeah. Any little bits anyone sees. Maybe if we rotate down, or rotate to the left and down, we can look at some of these ones that we've already passed a little bit.
We've got different angles on them. Yeah, we might be able to.
Timer is 10:38.
We are at 84%, 84
Percent.
SCU too, so we are pretty full.
I see 8. I see. Yeah. 61 total of
Alright.
pond. Borace. Inert.
Like quant miner to get your blood pumping.
One thing I
Nice.
want is if I've scanned it, Salty shouldn't have to scan it again, and vice versa. If Salty's already
Yeah.
scanned it, why the fuck do I have to scan it again? Shouldn't the ship know that?
I wish that scans were persistent too, so you could mouse off of it and then mouse back
Okay.
on.
Right,
Yep,
instead of
okay.
having to
Rescan
That's
it
good.
every-
Let's go. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna rescan
Everybody
with my
out and
ship.
then to the back.
Right?
I'll rescan with a prospector and pick up any little bits. But we're at 92 of 96.
Yeah, we're at 92 and 96, and like 70 SCU of Quanta, which
Yeah.
is huge. This is a payday, boys.
Alright,
get
I'm
home.
gonna jump out as fast as possible.
I think that's $1 million, just off
The
my soft
drags.
calculations.
No, it
No?
won't be.
70
Because
SCU
40
of
is
Quanta?
like. No, it
Yeah.
won't be.
I thought 40 was 400. No?
That if 40 was 400, that would mean that 70 is 700.
Figure out. a
But
second.
it
Everybody out. I'm
scales.
stressing right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm getting out. I'm
It's not
flying
linear.
out of the right turret.
I thought it wasn't linear,
Right,
it was
leave.
exponential. Yep, leave, go.
Cool.
I'm out.
I am gonna go try and get to that chair, that the dining room table. It's just safer for me. But you move. If I drop out, I drop out.
I really wanted to say, "Waha away."
Whoa,
As I jumped out.
Missed opportunity. Damn it.
Mm.
Waha, I choose you.
I will pick up any
Actually,
little bits of
before-
Quantanium I see, and then I will come back because I gotta eat, drink. Probably need to repair this this thing. I'm also at.
Wait, won't we
75%
lose these rocks then?
Well,
Once we get back out here.
we don't need more of this, do we?
We did get
'Cause
a
what's
lot of
left here? What's left here isn't enough
It's
that we normally would come to get it.
That and their small percentages of already second broke.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
I'm gonna double check them just to make sure we didn't get any 100%. And that's pretty much it. Meet your torque imbalance. Alright, I'll start on this left. And I won't be able to split anything with this thing. It'll just be what's left over. Oh, orange, 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 orange. That rock is clear. Orange. Orange, 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 clear. That's a purple. What are you?
Quantum travel complete.
0.7% boreas and inert.
ain't worth a dig, basically.
Okay, so just off the calculator here, this is $677,000 worth of Quantanium.
Yep.
This is 600, almost 700 grand. The ship,
Inert,
we're sitting on
orange,
700 grand, bruh.
orange.
7-minute warning came off.
How cool is that?
That's a payday.
That's a lot of money. I think that may be our highest one-time haul.
It
Oh
is.
yeah, yeah.
And was found with a prospector.
Look at that.
I think you may be right. There may be something of like, hey, we're gonna give the prospector rocks it can't do shit with.
Yeah. Once I buy my own prospector and put the laser
Oh,
on, it's
hey,
gonna
yeah.
stop happening.
Yeah.
It will
Don't
stop.
do it,
That'd
man.
be
Rent
worth
it
just the
forever.
rental.
Well, I will test it, and if it happens, yeah, I'll just
Go back to the
start
rental.
renting it. Yep. Or I'll just put a shit laser on mine.
Just keep it stock.
Yeah. Unless I'm mining alone, yeah. Yep, we cleared it.
And I was just using the SC org calculator. Is that the one you guys have been using?
I am using. Oh, I should still have it up. UX Corp. .space.
Okay, we are using different ones.
I will post this
Here on
into
Metal
Star Citizen.
Thank you.
I'm gonna.
Miss Panda is playing her first ever
Hey, Doc.
Skyrim playthrough.
You know where you go out into one of the turrets?
Yeah.
Please proceed
just
to
go
side
out to
landing
where the
bay.
seat is, and you'll see right in front of you is just open space. Once he lands, you can run out there and get to the elevator so that you can get the elevator called, so that you'll get up there.
Don't
soon.
leave without me,
Yeah, don't leave without him.
because we're running.
The very
close to
tiny
time.
bottom button is for the door. Don't hit lobby. Party member? No, I want to go to crew L1.
Her first ever Skyrim playthrough, she's all jazzed.
Nice.
Landing complete.
Congrats.
Have a pleasant stay.
She chose a freaking Khajiit stealth archer like everybody else.
Of course she did.
Everybody else. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't tell her nothing. Trying to be as
Running
unbiased as
down
possible.
now.
Alright, I got the door open.
I am
The
waiting on the elevator. Look at that. That's
Oh,
efficient.
oh.
Come on. Give me the elevator. Hear it? On its way. There it is.
It's still telling me major torque imbalance when I'm in quantum.
Go, go, go.
Don't blow up. Don't blow up. Do you have to get the ship stored?
Yeah.
Is that the... Okay. Yeah, I don't trust those timers 100%. Because they were definitely... There was some movement there.
Yeah, they're
I'm
a
wondering
little-
if because we had so much that we added to it, it kind of averaged it out.
Reset or something? Maybe. Maybe.
It may be averaging based on what you got last. Might add that into the time. Average.
Possibly.
The mean of when you got them.
I need some food and water, or I'm gonna pass out dead here. Make it to the burrito bar, Panda.
Null is stored. Excuse me.
Follow you to the burrito bar to make sure you make it.
In the interaction menu, you can take off your helmet, right?
I
You
don't
can,
know. I
yeah.
always just go to I.
Easiest way is I and drag it off.
Oh, okay.
What do I do?
Let me do it that way.
Backpack says 109.72 FM. KGGI.
Hmm? Please, let me have this water, please. I would like to drink water.
I am going to
Aha.
restart my entire flipping box and try and get these damn.
Yeah,
attacks
get your
working
controls
again.
to work, man.
Yeah.
I'd be good at mining, except you know I don't have any granite.
Noticing leaks in processing.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably take a 10-minute rest.
It was a lot of mining.
We'll go with that.
How do you drink all of the water?
Hold the
Hold
mouse
down
button
left.
down.
Oh, okay.
Finding everything all right?
Thank you. He was just taking sips, and I was like, no. Thank you.
$28,000 to process.
Yeah, but for 700
how much-
grand?
One day,
How much
11
does it say you're gonna
hours,
get?
6,317 quantanium.
6,317.
Yep.
All right, so 6,317. Calculator.
Times what, 88?
Just
Is that what?
That, yep, is 555,896.
Okay. I wonder where. Yeah.
That's
$500,000.
after all the losses and everything. So
Yeah, losses. Maybe that's what my calculator wasn't calculating.
Well, and if you want to
Right.
add up all the ones that we have in here that we will need to eventually store, I can give you those numbers.
let me land because I'm just sitting out here.
Yeah, land.
All right, I ate and drank. Now I didn't need to pee or poop, so I don't know, where the energy I'm putting in's going.
It's going into making sure that you don't go into seizures every time you disconnect.
Yeah. Yeah. We will have to pee and poop eventually too, which will be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we got restrooms.
So our longest one is the one we just put in. That's 1 day, 11 hours for processing on Farron. Processing type.
We just got a few
Thingy
new
for
items in,
exchange,
so
yep.
make
Yep.
sure to check them out.
Change this to a comms. Jesus Christ. Doing engine on again? No, don't do engine on. And you? Comms. And for the love of God, slow the fuck down.
Why can't I buy my Benny's noodles, you bastards?
You
Finding
don't
everything
deserve
all
that
right?
noodles.
Hey, I just worked hard, man. I deserve it.
That's true.
Turn off.
So do we have to sell, or do you sell the ore here? I
You
still
to
have
go
not
to-
seen that
you have to
portion
go to,
of the
area 18.
the TDDs.
Yeah,
still.
to go through and sell. I mean, I guess you could go to Hurston,
Hi,
but
good to
Have
you
we
back.
sold a full cat yet?
not a
No.
full cat. The most we've gotten so far is not much. It didn't fill up a whole lot of the cat, because that's
I don't even know if it built up one section.
How long can we leave the ore here in this station? Like what
Until
I'm
the
saying is,
next
can
wipe.
we wait? Okay. Okay, so we
Yeah.
could wait until we have enough to fill a cat, theoretically.
we
Yeah,
could
we've
wait
just been
until
short on
yeah,
funds.
yeah. When Dream runs out of cash, he's like, "Hey, waha, I need money."
Right. Right.
It's happened a
Yeah.
couple times. So we did our first big sale and got like the 1.6 million, so that we can go through and give everybody a piece of their cut, and then also start funding the.
The loop.
Excuse me.
Funding the loop.
Yeah, because like that last one just cost 28 grand out of pocket. The one before that was 22 grand. The one before that was 22 grand. The one before that was 20 grand.
Yeah.
And yeah, they
Yeah, but
make
we just
money
made
at the end,
$500,000.
right? Yeah, they make money at the end, and it's worth it. But it's one of those things where it's just like, until then, because that's the other thing too, is the one thing that we found out, or the one thing that I figured out was, if I go to Arc L1,
See anything you like?
because that's where they have the level 3 shit that we were looking for, right? And I claimed the ship over there, because I went over there in the raft and claimed the mole over to there. That gets rid of all the modules that are on there. You still keep the mining heads, laser heads, but the modules that are on there. Well, the modules that we have on the ship, that's $240,000 worth of modules that we have on this ship.
we
So
can't-
if you wreck the
can't
ship-
claim it.
Yeah, if the ship blows up, or you claim it anywhere, if there's anything that makes it to where you have to claim it, you lose all those modules, which is $240,000 every time to go through and refit those exact modules that we have on there. So, I mean, it sucks. But everybody's like, yeah, no, they're just randomly disappearing. No, the only time that I've actually had that happen is after I've claimed it to another location to go through and update a module or something like that.
Yep.
And then there's no modules. So that sucks, but also it's controllable, right? As long as we don't blow up, so fly safe and you know, make sure we get back in time that I can go through and get into the refinery, get everything set. We're
I
golden.
feel like he was talking to me.
No. Absolutely not.
Wait,
Hey,
who?
I've been
What?
flying. I've been very safe the last couple days.
No, you today. I watched you die 3 times on the stream yesterday. 2 times.
It wasn't because of flying though. I got flung up in the refinery and I died.
Hey, no, I didn't see that one. Yesterday when I was
I
watching
fell
your stream
out of
on
the ship and
Discord,
died.
you fell out of the ship and died, and then you hit cruise control and smacked into the rocks instead of hitting.
Which you did tell me about, so I know what happened.
Oh yeah, I did that once. Yeah, in my own ship though, that it has no impact on anything. if I do.
No, earlier today I basically logged in so that he could use the mole, and then I would just sit there in the seat in the mole, because that's the only way to kind of get that doing. So I was able to go through and you know, hear them, and then like as they were coming back in, you know, or needing to come back in, I'd basically go on break and be able to fly a ship back, get it in, get it stored, because only I can store it, only I can go to the refinery, kind of shit. So coordinating that side of it, but so he was doing the flying and getting them set up for him and Salty to mine, which was working out really well. Because we don't have org rental ships yet.
It'll happen eventually.
Or even not org rental ships, like I should be able to go through and say,
Another burrito.
hey, this is person's on my friends list, and I want to be able to go through and let him use my ship for X amount of time.
Oh, I wish so. There's so
Yeah.
many games I wish that had that. Well, GTA 5 being one of them with the MC. That's a perfect example. More games need that. In my
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Did you see the newest update today? GTA, yeah, we're gonna go back. It's the first time we're gonna see Franklin. Franklin is involved now in the online.
Oh,
Franklin and Lamar, and then we're gonna do Dr. Dre. Like the Dr. Dre is the new character they're adding. So we're gonna be dealing with Dr. Dre, which is kind of fun.
Login server number 14. Your current position in the queue is 1. Hey. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool if I ever get back to GTA 5.
Me and Miss P play it because it's just something casual we can play together, you know.
For sure, definitely.
Jump in,
For
sell some
sure.
cars, rob some shit. Move the fuck on. Yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom too, but I was gonna wait for Dream to call the ship. So I'm on a ship when I go. Ship, basically. Ship. Unless this is a PG-13 Twitch, in which case none of what I just said is what I said. I said something else and you misheard.
Said what?
Exactly.
oh.
Just to be super clear, this isn't a PG-13 stream, right?
No.
We are a mature stream. I can say shit.
Well, shit.
I don't even hear Dream anymore.
It's because I'm reading something.
Oh, our fearless leader. Educating himself.
Pad 4.
It's always pad 4.
Yeah.
I think it just defaults to 4 because
Alright, Waha can take his own ship. We need to...
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Waha
can.
will be taking his own shit.
I definitely will be. 'cause
Salty,
I'll be
whenever
the
you
one
get in,
finding
I'll be
Quantum.
around, I'll be around the station.
I believe this stream is rated R for pirates.
that hurt.
Have a pirate ship. We can take
That
it
hurt.
out. I've got
You had
36
to.
size 2 missiles that I could just unload on somebody. And 6 size 2 power weapons points, so lay into them.
Come on, retrieve.
And it seats 2 and has 2 beds.
Woo woo?
Woo-woo.
Bed woo?
Yeah, I am excited for science gameplay because it will be cool to be able to fly out to because I think their scans are going to be so much better than our scans. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Our
yeah.
scans are like minuscule compared to what a science
was-
scan should be.
I was
Will you
looking
stop
at
backing
the
into
ship.
me?
I was looking at the different ships earlier, and I think it was yesterday. And there I saw a gigantic science ship.
The Endeavor. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
that's
has
not
different loadouts.
Yeah, that's not even just a science ship. That's a whole city that floats.
I want to see
Science
that
ship.
thing.
It's
But it has
huge.
multiple different
It's
loadouts.
huge, yeah.
It has one that has like 4 gigantic satellite dishes on it.
Yeah, and then I'm sure you saw the one that was the food pods. It can be a mobile farm. They're
Well, there's
four
all. It could be
glass
a. Go back inside.
Systems
I gotta go
There was. It could also be a gigantic hospital.
Yep, the Endeavor can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a big ship, capital class. capital. Not even
All right.
Mars.
I'm gonna go down and heal and then come back out.
Salty, whenever you get
Thank
in,
you.
we are
Please visit again.
off the pad. So just let us know.
I'm on my way up to the hab now.
I gotta fucking turn you up or something like that because you're about that loud right here.
Invite him to party too, I believe.
Yeah, I have 120%. What the fuck did you do to your mic? You're so freaking quiet.
literally have changed nothing. I don't know what.
He's perfectly fine for me. I don't
Well,
know.
that time he actually came through kind of decently loud, but for me, he's just like like
'Cause I'm yelling.
barely audible.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll just pump my mic up just a little bit hotter, and we'll see what that does.
Oh,
How is
God, now you're
Panda the
loud.
party leader again?
Oh. Just likes Panda.
Jesus.
So, Salty, you're gonna have to wait. Well, I guess you can come in and join on us still. You just can't get into the party until Salty gets done taking a shit. I mean, Panda gets done taking a shit.
Wow.
Panda gets done taking a salty shit. There we go.
Until Salty's computer stops taking a shit.
Yeah, I don't know if that restart actually fixed this or not. So we're about to find out.
Regenerating and get up.
Coming up to the pad. I have my mic up to all the way as hot as it'll go. So
Hey,
if I'm
that,
still
you
quiet-
sound a lot better now.
Yeah. Now I need to lower you.
Sorry. I'm actually deafening myself. So yeah.
Yeah. You should lower yourself and yourself.
All right. I'm running across the pad.
At 3.
Which pad?
Or you're about to come right over top of me.
Oh, okay, I see. It is. You are really tiny, so.
Yeah.
That's me jumping.
All right, so since you are not a part of the party, I will need to open exterior.
You have a helmet. Good. At 3.
Yeah, don't look directly at the pad. Basically, go like you're jumping onto it, looking straight ahead, and don't look down, and you'll just stand on the pad.
All right. Beam me up, Scotty. Now you get to listen to all the lovely crunching noises from my tinfoil dish that my pasta came in.
In all of our talks there, we never discussed the Orion. You know, is that something we even want to think about? Is that something
I want it.
No.
I want it.
You don't think so? Even with the ability to hire like NPC crew, is it not worth it?
I think it looks awesome, so I'm just going to get it just for that.
I think it looks awesome, and I'm not upset by it, but I also... That is an exploration vehicle. It's not a mining vehicle. It's not a...
The Orion?
No, it's a mining vehicle.
No, not the Odyssey. The
Odyssey.
Orion, which is the capital class mining ship. It should be able to eat whole asteroids.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking the
totally
Odyssey.
getting
I
that
do
thing.
apologize for that.
No, the Orion, the big. It's not in game yet either. The Orion isn't.
Right.
The
The one that
Redeemer
has
is
the-
the salvage version.
The
And
exo
honestly,
containers.
if we're going... Because the Orion was last year, or year before last that it was announced, right? 2 years ago?
Yeah. I don't know.
No, the Orion's been a concept ship since like 2016, 2017.
Because that's one thing they were saying for like the capital class ships. It takes about 2 years to go through and get them in. I'm like, cool. When the fuck are you gonna start putting some of these things in? Because
Well, and on that same point, the Endeavor is from 2015. The Endeavor's concept is from 2015, and it's not in either.
Hey, Captain Panda.
oh yeah, you need to
Has-
send them an invite.
has party invite, please.
Unveiling the RSI Orion mining ship, 2015.
Mhm.
Wow, I tried jumping to you, but you're right here.
Yes, I just got off the pad.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll go to different spots then in the voice.
Yeah.
Dirt be
Wait, remove from friends? Is that what I was supposed to click?
totally.
Yes.
Okay. You know, an Orion isn't a bad idea. It can mine, refine, and package all on one ship.
I'll be honest, I'm probably just gonna buy one for myself. It looks badass. It's the same reason why I wanted a Rorqual in EVE Online. Looks badass. Oh, and it looks like the containers rotate.
I can't see my distance because Waha is directly in front of me.
Oh, okay. Nice. Well, let me go into the... Oh, you know... I can tell you when to drop out.
Nah, I just passed you.
I
fly
know,
faster
but
than
well... Yeah, but do you have your... Oh,
you. I'm
oh
looking
yeah,
at it.
you're looking up there. Okay. I see. I was just going to do the math and tell you when to drop out.
Oh, you were
Just
just going
about
to
now.
quantum mathematics.
Well, no, actually it's not bad now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, about now. Well, I was going to subtract how far you guys are from how far I am to the thing. What I was going to do.
All right, y'all getting y'all's respective arms. And let us start looking for some of that there quantanium.
Yeah, I need to read up more on the Orion. 'Cause all I've done is read the Private Space Industries page for it.
And then touched his no-no spot.
Open the door! Oh, okay, there it goes.
I'm like, you're in the party now. You should be able to open your own damn door.
I know! Shit's broken.
Ooh, there's a rock right there. Ooh, there... Oh, no, never mind.
All right, I'm gonna wait till y'all are sitting both inside your stupid fucking arms, because it ruins every time y'all go through it. And, like, it just stops scanning for me. Mid-scan. It's like, oh yeah, no, somebody got into an arm.
Let me think about this for a second. And
Panda, are you in an arm? Panda, are you still here?
Oh no.
Panda, did you
Gone.
blue screen?
I think we lost
Probably.
the panda. Fuck damn it.
I am still here. I had to
Oh,
talk
okay.
to my real life grandma.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Grandma,
Valid excuse.
grandma aggro. But I am here.
Are you in an arm?
No, I'm in the co-pilot seat. I am not. I'm sitting down now. Let me. I don't even have my headphones on.
Okay.
I grabbed some water and some cola and a bit of ibuprofen because I'm having just a bit of a headache. And then Ian and Star Citizen. Here we are. All right, leaving the co-pilot seat. You need me to go to an arm? Is that what you're saying?
No, just right now, stay right there, you
Ah.
motherfucker. Every time one of y'all move and get in and out of a seat, those rocks become unscannable.
So should I get back in the seat or
You
no?
fucking you stand right there. I'm gonna put you on the
I will
outside of the
stand
ship.
I will stand here. I didn't know. I
These
didn't-
triplets
Eject
now
them out of
are
the ship.
useless.
Just eject him out of the ship.
Wait. You can't though because I'm head of security, and it would be my job to kick myself out. That wouldn't make sense.
See yourself to
Yeah.
the door.
But Dream can order you to kick yourself out.
Well,
true.
right, but it depends on how modern we're talking about, right? Because he is CEO, but are we on a board?
All right.
Does the CEO
come to me.
truly
Actually-
have more power than the other board members, or is it evenly split?
A 4931 mass of 29% quantanium. Come to me. It's a quickie.
I would.
It's only one rock.
Mm,
Because I would imagine all the board members would have the same power. That way, no one can oust one person off. But if the whole board got together, they could get rid of one person. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Power dynamics. I think that's how it's done in most modern business.
I would gift a sub just to watch Dream kick Panda off the ship.
Wow. All right, I'm just gonna go play Skyrim with my girlfriend. Y'all have a good night.
No, wait, I didn't mean it. Come back.
Skyrim multiplayer?
No, but I could be playing Skyrim while she plays Skyrim.
Oh, so you're gonna be playing it together, but not together.
Well, no, I'm currently playing
be
a
playing
super
Imperial.
goody two shoes Imperial Breton, who is like, we must save Skyrim for the Empire, like Zap Brannigan kind of thing.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Scared them.
Yeah, I have to roleplay my Skyrim characters like pretty hard because I've played the game 600 times.
Once you guys are at this rock, I'm gonna go just search for another one because it's one rock.
So what you're saying, Panda, is that you're not going to play Skyrim with your girlfriend. You're going to play Skyrim in parallel with your girlfriend.
How's it going,
Hello,
David?
Pete.
Sorry, I have buffoons in the chat right now.
Hi, David.
Am I a buffoon?
I've been trying to say hi to
Alright.
David for the past like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, but you know.
Sorry.
Does David play Skyrim?
Possibly. I
That was
mean,
not the time for me to be
it's
drinking
been on
ginger
like
ale.
30 systems, so you know.
Yeah.
Skyrim is kind of like getting Doom to run. They're like, when
Yeah,
can we get
next
Skyrim
they'll
to
have
run?
Next, they'll have
So right now,
Skyrim
I
on a
should jump
pregnancy
in that
stick.
scene, huh? They already have Skyrim. They already got that one working.
On a pregnancy stick?
Yeah. At least the intro. I saw the cart roll through.
Really?
Yeah.
I know they got Doom on it, but
Yeah.
okay.
Doom 1 was running on it. Yeah, that same
Finally
guy had
awake.
Skyrim running on it.
Oh
I
my
bet you're wondering what
lord.
your result was.
All right, I'm gonna
Wait, are you
jump off and
moving?
find another one.
Which rock was it?
The one right next to me. That one right there.
And where is Salty?
I'm in the arm.
Okay, right or left arm?
Left.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the right arm.
Uh,
Should I
quite
sit in the seat or should I wait, Dream?
myself for
Oh, it doesn't matter now. Y'all are going to be doing this one.
Okay.
I'm just
It's already
trying to get it
yeah,
right.
no, it's already scanned and everything like that. So
I just don't want to be yelled at by my friend.
Ah, well,
Sure.
that's gonna happen.
Everything you and John were talking about while the conversation restarted. I muted for the first part of it, and then the machine restarted, and it unmuted my mic.
Like it is right now.
Your mic is unmuted right
Oh, I
this
know.
very second.
Oh, I know. I'm sharing all of this good stuff with the Dream Stream.
all right. Well, are you able to control your laser better?
No.
Oh,
The restart didn't do shit.
Christ. Well,
Yeah. it's-
Isn't there a way? Isn't it? Oh, I don't want to be troubleshooting and break something of mine. Here under controls, isn't there a way to physically? Have you made sure that you're selecting the correct input as joystick 3?
So for mine, it's joysticks, or it's HOTAS 1 and HOTAS 2. Because I'm on a HOTAS.
It should. There's some way to go in and tell it to like default to whatever your HOTAS is set as. I don't know. I haven't messed with my HOTAS in this game in a long time because they keep changing the flight pattern. I'm tired of learning new flight patterns.
Yeah, that's why I didn't set up a whole HOTAS, just the throttle plug.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for mining is smart. I don't have that option. The Satec X52 is an all or nothing.
Yeah, that's the one I have. That's the exact one I have. Yeah. And I hate that it uses a 5-pin mini DIN for unit-to-unit connection.
Why do you hate that?
Because I want to build a sim rig where I can
Oh, but the Satec is not
all
the.
the cables.
That's not the device for that, though. You know.
No, but also I'm broke.
Well, then SimPit is a little out of the question, isn't it?
Well, it's custom built, so if I'm the one building it, it's all wood.
Right. No, I totally. I literally have similar ambitions, but the Satec is not the one you want for a SimPit.
Oh,
It's really good.
a warthog would be amazing.
Yeah, Warthog would be it, or anything
But
from
there's-
Stressmast.
There's so
Or
much.
I'm gonna control this because.
Yeah. Let him do it.
Sorry, Dream.
Wait, is he mad? Is Dream mad?
Someone who has actual control.
Don't be mad, Dream. We
Oh, I'm
made a lot
not
of money
mad.
tonight.
We literally sat here for 4 minutes while y'all talked about that, as opposed to just getting this run, which was a quick run. So that's where the frustration lies on that side of it.
You know, what's 4 minutes? What you in a rush for?
I don't want to
More
just be
money.
sitting there for the stream where they're like, "Wow, what's going on? What are they doing?" They're just sitting there, they're not doing anything.
Ah, we're chatting.
Panda, can you give me
Stream
50%?
lights. Yeah, roger, roger.
money.
Might be 75%.
Moving to 75.
Yeah, and I'll let you know to go back to 50.
Locked. 73.
Drop it to 50.
Locked. 47.
Good, good. Marked again said you can make that sim from PVC tubing. Got one for my setup.
I thought about doing PVC. But I've got.
Wait, so now we can talk about it. Just to be clear, now we can.
Now that we're actually mining,
You're
yes.
actually doing something, yeah.
I thought about it, but I want to be able to, you know, woodworking is a hobby, so I
Ooh.
want to. It would
Mine's
be
all
a
made out
way.
of wood.
It would be a way for me to practice new skills and add to my repertoire of.
Yeah, I don't
things
have
that
like a sim pit, but my wheel and pedals are all connected through a wooden cockpit, and then my HOTAS is connected on like a wooden, basically a ready to clamp, so I can just take it's already in the right positions and everything, and I just clamp it to the desk with little clamps.
Yeah, right now my HOTAS is just sitting on the desk. I took the little rubber suction cup things off because.
After we grab this rock, we're going to go back and we're actually going to swap servers. We'll go back, drop, and come back in just because this is starting to get really glitchy with the rocks. Like, they're separating a lot and, like, rubbing a lot whenever they get out of there.
51.
So I guess I should go to different. Well, okay. I just found a group of like 8 or 10 rocks that might be.
Somebody give me a second beam on here.
I'm breaking this guy, so it's gonna have to be salty. I think I can break this guy.
Okay.
Here. Oh,
Y'all
no.
two handle that one. I'll break this one.
Okay.
I was pointed at the wrong. Okay.
Yeah, but this is okay. Don't change it. Oh wait, someone knocked on my door. Bailey. Hey, sorry, boys.
You're good. She actually doesn't come too super loud on the.
Yeah, I'm using the CRISPR. I'm using the Discord CRISPR noise suppression, and it's working pretty okay.
I'm rocking.
I'm definitely not upset with it.
It works well. It just doesn't work well if you're using a Go XLR.
It works
it-
really well for dog barks.
I hear dog barks. I don't know. There's nothing that works against Jenny's.
I'll stream out on his run. What's wrong?
That never broke for me. Okay. I also have no graphs whatsoever. So.
Don't need to put a 0 on it.
Did this top one ever break
Yeah.
that you were working on, Panda? Okay, because it's still just in one piece for me. Never broke.
Give me a beam on this one if you can reach it.
Alright, I'm.
I think this server might be.
I'm gonna log out in space in my prospector, and I'm gonna go to a new server, and I'll search for a new rock, and then you
Okay.
guys can join me.
Yeah, once I drop this, we'll just. Ooh, that fucking jump. Dear God.
Now, just why don't we have all of us in one ship?
Me searching. That rock you found right there was already found before you guys were able to find anything. So,
Yeah, well, I have found it before we were even in system. Or in,
well, no, you were, but you guys got the belt before me. But
Right, but this would mean that we could have three miners and then Dream piloting.
Yes, but then we'd be wasting 30 minutes every time trying to find a rock.
Yeah, that's what we ran into the past couple of days when we would go out.
Yeah.
30 minutes of
We have
searching.
2 people searching through the basket of rocks. Find a good rock.
Yeah, so I search and then he searches in a different section. Whoever finds one first, the other person jumps to that.
Plus, with how we think this prospector
Yeah.
thing works, where they're trying to laugh.
Okay. Okay.
The party leader is yet to launch into a server. Do you want to? Yeah.
I am the party
Party
leader,
leader,
so
yeah.
I can not be the party leader.
Well, I think
He's already, he's already bounced
I'm
to a
gonna
different
eventually be
server because, and we'll join on him.
yeah. Yeah,
Because
that
after
the
this
last
server,
thing
after we pull this rock, we're gonna go back in and drop, and then log out from this server because,
Yeah.
it's just getting a bit too glitchy and laggy.
Yeah, it almost
People
found
are
a good.
complaining about
section
ship
here.
drift in chat as well.
Oh yeah, that definitely. Get out of there.
Are the servers hosted by RSI or are they private party?
RSI.
Yeah, I believe they're RSI.
Okay.
Good thing they're not AWS. I was wondering working yesterday.
No, they're specifically not AWS, which caused a lot of problems because this is built on Amazon's Lumberyard, and it was the first time that Lumberyard wasn't used on the AWS.
I just logged in and on my ship and I got 44 FPS. Feeling snappy.
And then what about this upper rock? Are these any good? 27% Quantanium here.
Gameplay feels smooth for the first time in 3 hours.
I had it and then I didn't have it, so I guess you'll get a 0 from me. 'Cause that's all I'm doing.
If I'm,
Great dreams, man.
yeah, if I'm up here, I'll do control just because of the fine tune.
Yeah,
just
you've
to make
got.
sure that we got a good beam
He's just
on it.
better than us.
Literally the only reason why I got this thing set up right here is specifically for mining. That's the only thing this x-axis is controlling.
What? Just to make sure I'm not. You know, I could just look in the members of the. I'm in your server.
You're in our server,
I see a Wiki Panda in chat. I see
And-
Dreamweaver in chat.
and it's suddenly.
Is the last
set-
chat by 2 spoons? Try saying something.
Spoons. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It joined me into the same server, even though it warned me, hey, you're gonna go to a different server. You sure you want to?
Obviously.
I'm gonna
wanted
leave
to-
the party and do it then.
Okay.
I don't know why I was getting such much better FPS than
Might just be like a refresh of the
Uh,
shaders and stuff like that.
could be.
Yeah, and it didn't. Maybe it hadn't loaded assets from the.
I cannot leave the party while in the menu, so can someone kick me from party? Panda.
Okay, I will try. Wish me luck, boys.
Good luck. I have no idea how to do any of that shit.
Alright, that one is quartz.
That one
This
is out of
one
range.
Is
Pick
borate
him up,
6%.
kick you from the party.
Ow. You're the leader.
Right, so my options are invite to channel, remove from friends, or mute player.
Oh, are you in the party?
I think I'm
Have
in.
you clicked on in channels? Have you clicked on party and on the right side?
Channel, party. Okay,
I'm assuming
okay,
that's where we do
wait.
it from.
No, that is not what I had done, but I'm there now, and I can kick from group. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
There you
And
go.
I do not see it anymore. Where's this universe start?
Alright, I want to say this is cracked. I don't. The two that are. The one that's right here is quartz and beryl. And the one that's down here, this one, is borate 6%. That's the only other yellows that I see.
We grabbing?
We don't need to grab those then.
Right, are we grabbing Quantanium now is my question.
Yeah, do a scan, grab your first one, try to find one that's 100 or, a high percent.
I've got a 100 right here.
Got a
Alright, keep
37%.
yours-
Is that
Keep
high
yours
enough?
marked on that. Oh, I didn't say to start pulling yet, but yeah, okay, let's start pulling.
Oh, full.
sure. Sorry, I misunderstood you. That's totally on me.
We're full in
Yeah,
now.
salty.
I did it too, Salty. Don't let him beat you up too much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Amanda.
Well, I didn't do it this time, but I've made that
okay.
mistake before. is
Damn
what
it,
I'm
Salt.
saying.
I have to aim off of the rocks to get them to hit the rock. So yeah. this
Sometimes
sort
I
of-
have to like switch to mining head and then tap it and then switch back.
I think it's partially the server you're in, and I am no longer in my ship. All right.
Oh, are you in space? 60.
No, I'm out the hab.
In space.
So I gotta claim it again, and let's see. The last person to chat was SS Kumo, and I do not see you guys in channel. Perfect. Well, half perfect.
Sounds scary.
I think that might be it.
30%.
30%. Yeah, I'm pulling it.
How much do you guys got so far?
20.
40 SCU total, 26 SCU. Yeah, sorry, Dream. Sorry. Dream can answer.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
I just can't see by looking at Dream Stream because it's right behind his head.
That's true. I do need to switch that to the other side. Alright, I think that is all from this
I
one.
think that's.
Yeah, you gotta swap your head with your little
Avatar.
head. Swap your big head for the little head.
Alright, y'all go back to the the module section.
Claim.
Oh, wait, one second.
File claim. Expedite claim.
That one's trash. Okay. Now I'm going back to my doodly doo.
I was hoping I'd have a rock by now.
We still got a few minutes. I gotta get there, get this stuff into the refinery. Everybody out of their seats?
Yep.
Out of my
Standing
seat.
in the back. That's another thing is that if anybody goes into any of the seats that are command type seats, it stops me from being able to enter Quantanium. It'll just stop the calibration and put it back at 0. And you'll lose your
I'm
spot, so
gonna
you have to
sit
go back into...
At the dining room table, though. Does that one count?
No. Any
Some.
commandable seat, I guess. Miner head,
Right.
co-pilot.
Right.
Any seat that you can control something from.
I'm gonna sit in the dining room table so I don't drop it.
Which kind of kills me because you can't control shit from the co-pilot seat.
No,
I could turn off your ship.
you can shut the engines down.
Sometimes you can control power, but sometimes not.
Yeah, I couldn't control it earlier. I hit I and I was like, oh wait, no, wait, I didn't do anything. Okay. Because I was trying to pull up my
Worked for me.
inventory screen.
I've done it to you before.
Yep.
Rotating ore processing.
I don't know who I have as moderators on the chats for the YouTube streams. But if you see any of that are doing like the voh.fyi and they're just putting that up in the chat, just block them, ban them. It's a spam bot going through and trying to scam people.
I think I am a moderator there, but I don't have it open.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Your computer will shit itself.
We won't
Oh,
be
you're trying to
close
switch screens? Alt tab? What?
Yeah, I'm so I'll just hang out on that side, I guess, a little bit too.
Are you a moderator on YouTube side?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't
It's
sure
not
who I
too-
had on there.
Look at the artwork for the Orion. And it says there's a rotating gunner and tractor beam platform. There's also a additional tractor beam control. Precision laser cutter on telescoping arm.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have four. It's got the main nose cannon, right? The main nose mining laser, but that's for
Yeah.
big ships. I think it'll have 4 mole arms basically, as well.
Yeah, I'm
So it'll
wondering
have
about
5 total mining
Ooh.
stations on ship.
that. Drone maintenance. Drones.
Yeah, so it will have drones, but a lot of people are
Yeah.
arguing
Yeah.
that running the mining drones may not be the best. Maybe you should run the refueling or the
Probably, yeah.
repairing drones to keep
Yeah.
the ship in space longer, and then do the mining with the arms. But you could do the mining drones, and then you'd have 8 mining stations instead of 5 mining stations.
Yeah.
And whenever that gets introduced, there will have to be something put in place to go through and be like, this is like a 20,000 or 40,000, size rock or whatever. It's supposed to like the 51.
Yeah.
They'll be huge. Yeah,
So-
for the Orion, they'll be huge.
The Orion, just from looking at these photos, it looks like there's like grinders in the middle of the front.
Yeah, it's its own
So-
refinery too.
Well, no, it actually looks like there's grinders, and they have 2 tractor beams on the front. It looks like
Like salvage?
no, it looks like you would tractor in an asteroid. It would go into the front of the ship, and it would just grind it up,
Sounds about
and
right.
it would just pull it in.
It's a cool ship, that's for sure.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And yeah, it's been a concept since like 2015.
Yeah.
It actually,
I'm
I'm
looking at the
upset
2015 stuff right
that
now.
the Reclaimer got finished first, because it's like, why do I care that there's a capital-sized salvage ship? Salvage isn't
Ooh.
even a thing, you know?
So in 2015, this is what they released it as. Bulk ore capacity 16,288 SCU.
And SCU itself has changed from then too, so that number's
Okay.
completely unreliable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it said normal cargo capacity is 600 at this time.
And that's just raw storage cargo.
Oh, and it has a
That's
size
just-
6 mining laser.
We have landed.
Ooh, they have an animation for the rotating ore rings.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
It is a really neat ship.
Yeah.
And we don't need to crew it ourselves either. Like, I think it's like a crew of 7, I think?
Let me see.
7 or 8 man, because we could hire NPCs, you know?
Max crew 6 person.
6.
What's the thing with
I mean-
AI blades? Because I know AI blades will be something that work for turrets specifically.
Right. Right. So it'll take a manned turret, or what is supposed to be a manned turret, and then make it an AI turret.
Gotcha.
That's all the
Okay.
blades do. And it doesn't have to be a gun turret either. Like, theoretically, you could put an AI blade into the mining turret of the mole, and then it would just mine? Not too exactly sure how that would work, but the AI blades, that's how they're supposed to function. Taking what is supposed to be a manned turret and making it unmanned.
Gotcha.
A lot of people in the Star Runner are saying that that's how they're going to run both their turrets. Because the Star Runner has the computing power for like 6 blades.
Right.
So why not use 2 of them as the turrets, as like actual defensive turrets? And then you don't have to worry about any manpower sitting in a
Yeah.
turret, or paying an NPC to do it, or convince a friend.
So, according to just the pledge page, where you can actually, I think you can, where if it was available to buy, you could
Right,
you could
during,
buy it.
and the Orion
It
is big enough.
says-
I think you have to get in the pools. I think you have to. Yeah. You do what you're saying first. Sorry.
It says that it has cargo capacity, just normal cargo, of 384, min crew 4, max crew 7. In the description they say that they will detail later how much material capacity will be available to store storage pods for ore. But originally they had said a lot.
So when you go to buy that guy, you'll have to be paying attention that the day that Aegis ships go on sale, and then you'll get 3 opportunities to buy it. One at 5 a.m., one at noon, and one at 5 p.m. And you'll have to sit there and press F5 on the web page and try and refresh it quick enough to get
Okay.
into the pool. And they'll only sell a certain amount. It's normally like 200 units of the ship at each 3 of
Okay.
those times.
It says that the price is $575, original price $325.
Yeah, I think it costs $575 today.
The original
Limited
backers, while in
availability.
concept, while in start of concept, was the 325, right?
Yeah, right. Like in 2015, if you had backed before it was a thing, it cost $325.
Yeah.
Ships are always cheaper on that weekend that they announce it. They're always cheaper. Sometimes they only go up by like $5 or $10, but they're always cheaper that first day. What do they call that? War bond? No.
Yeah.
War bond. Yeah. They're always cheaper that first weekend because you're taking a risk. You know, when they announce these ships that early on, there's not even, you know, there's generally nothing more than artwork, and so
Hi,
you're buying
good to have you
artwork.
back.
So they definitely charge you less. Whereas once the ship gets to actually be a ship, the price is going to go up. The Caterpillar is the same. I think the Caterpillar's original starting price was like $100, and now what? It's $225, $250.
Something like that, yeah.
Same with the Star Runner. I paid $160 for my Star Runner, and now it goes for $225. So War Bond weekend is always cheaper, but you only get one time. There's only one point in time where you can buy it at that price ever.
Before I leave this section, do you have your calculator up? You want to go through and see what we're going to be able to pull at this point in time? Quantanium? Waha?
Wait, what? Oh yeah, I can.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the numbers left to right.
Yep, go for it.
This is just the Quantanium. 3322.
Yep.
809.
Yep.
2825.
Yep.
4945.
Yep.
4321.
Yep.
4602.
Yep.
4443.
Yep.
6317.
Yep.
1510.
All right, total of 33,094. 2,900,000 or 912,272.
So I'm almost 3 million.
$3 million.
That's enough for me to get my my
Shit,
prospector.
$3 million. I don't. That's enough for a lot. For a
Yeah, the
lot.
prospectors. We figured 2.2 million will get him the prospector
Yeah.
and get him
And-
set up with the.
I'm at
Mining head and modules.
733,000.
All right, let's do a log. If you guys don't mind, can you give me about 15 minutes?
Yeah. I can find a rock.
Yeah, you're good. And that will get them to
I'm
exit
just
to
gonna
menu.
exit to menu.
Yeah, I'll invite you guys to a party.
Yeah, don't invite
You
me
can
yet,
Join off me. Okay.
because I will exit party whenever I get back to menu, whenever this happens.
So I'll invite Panda, invite Salty.
And whenever you guys get in, it should have them removed from my party. So.
I am part of Waha's party now. That's all I know.
Yeah, now Dream's the leader of that one.
All right, now I am alone by my party. Guys in the chat, bear with me for a minute. I will be back shortly. I just need to take a quick break and go through and get some stuff taken care of real quick. So I shall return.
Camper.
I still will have the chat up to where you guys can be talking with the chat on the stream.
Yeah.
So you're saying
Alright.
it's our stream now? Dun dun dun.
So I have put my ship out on the pad. I will wait for Panda, and I'll just bring Panda out because I don't want you to.
No, I'm gonna wait for Dream.
Okay.
Um,
I just didn't want you to be sitting in
Thank
here
you.
and crashing.
I appreciate that, but I'm not even gonna play it. I'm not even gonna play until there's a place for me to go.
I was gonna have you sit in my
Prospecting.
bed.
No, I'll just hang out. I'll play Rocket League for a couple minutes.
All right.
Try and get my dailies real quick.
To try and get my X52 working again because it's irritating me.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't mine shit because I have no granular control with the mouse wheel because that's the thing.
Yep. Apparently, they don't have a helmet on.
You don't need
Sure.
helmet Space. Why would you need
I
a helmet space?
Did not take a helmet off. In
Maybe
fact,
he's SpongeBob.
my helmet disappeared because I only got one more in my inventory now. I had 3.
That's a good thing you stole all those others.
Yeah. I think people keep dropping theirs.
Window mode. Well, let's go window borderless.
Hmm. I don't know if you'd like to do that.
Just so I can freaking.
Even
Lower
lowering
your-
your graphics quality in this game makes it run worse. So,
Yeah, don't lower your graphics quality because it's so CPU bound that the physical graphics isn't anything. Run it on high, ultra even,
Well, it's
and
on
you're gonna
very
have
high
a
right now.
smoother setup.
yeah, I have mine on the very high, and I have double the frame rate when I tried it at low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
high is better. That's because the
Yeah.
game is completely unoptimized.
Yeah. And I even changed it back
only
to
doing it-
high, and it didn't give me any frames back until I restarted the game.
Yeah, I'm only doing this temporarily so I can tab out and tab back in so I can work on trying to debug this thing.
I just alt tab and let it go down. All right, Mom White or Arc.
Oh. That was a year ago. That's dumb.
The second time that it has gotten rid of my calibration. There we go. Yeah, so all that quantanium he has refining, if he waits till all that is done before we put it in the caterpillar, that's 330 SCU of his 500 something.
That's a big chunk of scratch right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
2/3 of
$2.7
the
million.
caterpillar filled. A
I
lot.
wonder if we should take the Star Runner out and fill it up with just 100 units at a time.
And we can still take
Might be
the
easier on
caterpillar out.
fuel.
I mean, it really doesn't matter.
I don't even see my ships anymore. It's sad. And the Star Runner is such a beautiful ship. It is like gorgeous.
Oh, and Dream has to own it to be able to put it into it too. So
Oh, does he?
yeah, you can't put it into an org member stuff. He has to have.
Lame.
I had to buy a Cuddy Black or rent one just so I could get my stuff that I mined with the
Not the
prospector
Prospector, yeah.
because I had 47 units more than the Nomad can hold.
You could have done 2 runs, right?
It doesn't let you split them up.
It doesn't let you split it up?
Nope. All or nothing.
Oh. See, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's annoying. They've got to have some sort of inventory system at a station for your stuff, where you just put it into your station's inventory, and then you can transfer it to your.
All right,
Ships.
and like as a party member, why can't we use my ship to move shit? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It puts
Alright,
all the
let's-
burden onto one person. One person has to own the mining ship,
Yeah.
the cargo ship, the.
Yep.
It's a bad idea overall.
You have to have somebody with the money bags.
Well, not only the money bags, I have $1,000 worth of ships, the same as Dream, and none of my ships are helpful.
All right.
So not
First
only
rock
just the money bags, but
is a 42er.
oof. not only just the money bags, but you got to have the right ships too, like money
Oh,
in
yeah.
the right place.
Yeah. Yep. The first rock I have scanned is a 4931, 42.55%. So
Well,
I
we'll
will
just
sit
have you
here.
wait for about 3.5 hours, and then we'll try and get it,
Yeah.
and it'll disappear the second we get there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sound right?
I'm gonna go get a soda and put my pizza away in the fridge.
I'm on Reddit trying to find information on the X52 issue, and someone was having an issue with the throttle, and someone commented, "I myself do not own Star Citizen or the X52, so I can't test it myself." Mildly in-
Why would you even waste the freaking key space, dude?
I it's. I think my brain's just blue screen. All right, why? If you don't own the game and you don't own the thing they're talking about, why comment?
How did you even get to this forum? How did you even get to this help
yes!
page
It's on
Were you-
r/Star Citizen. What even?
related to the X52? Like, what even drew you to?
Oh my god.
Hey, this isn't as bad as when you go to Amazon, you look at the questions,
Oh,
and
they're
someone's
bad.
like, "Oh, I bought this as a gift for my son-in-law. I don't actually know if I can't give you that information."
It's like,
The
why did
email
you
literally asks,
fucking-
"Can you answer this?" Don't respond if you can't.
Or it's like you go to the reviews section. Oh well, I just bought the thing, 5 stars. I haven't actually opened the box yet.
Yeah.
I've not
It's good.
used
Works
yet.
as intended. It's like,
5 stars arrived quickly. I'll start using it
package-
in 2 weeks.
The
What?
packaging is really good.
works
It's
as
here.
intended.
It's there.
I'm looking at it.
Mm.
It
I
didn't
don't
get
know.
stolen by porch thieves. 5-star.
God damn, dude.
Porch
I
pirate.
just.
Yeah, porch pirates.
Fucking porch pirates.
Just make a glitter bomb.
I literally set up a security camera in California because I lived in an area where porch pirates were very common. And I never
even
actually
with
had
a camera?
I was
It's still gonna do it. I mean,
Oh yeah, they're gonna do it, but at least then I know then I can put a face to the bastard.
yeah, and then you report that to the police, and literally nothing happens. They could be holding up a sign with their address, their name, their social security number. Nothing will happen.
Oh yeah, but then if they come back, then I know who to look for. And,
Yeah.
I
You
know
see
who's
them
asked
walking
if we-
around, you can, hey, yell at them for a second, get shot, and then have to go to the hospital. Yeah.
But then I get shot, and then I can own them for everything they're worth.
If you're not dead.
Except
If I'm not dead,
you wouldn't,
so don't be dead.
because you just wouldn't.
I mean, I've got motorcycles, boys, and so, like, as far as theft goes, like, cops are they're the worst about it. They're like, yep, it's gone. We're
Yeah,
not even going to
Pretty
look for
much.
it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've had
Enjoy.
some really high dollar bikes stolen. Bicycle bikes, not motorcycles. I used to build custom bikes, and I've had 2 or 3 of them just disappear. cops.
Well, I
don't
guess
shit.
they're. I watch Rossman repair videos on YouTube, and he was talking about how he has an electric bike that he purposely makes look like shit. And people who are like doing DoorDash stuff, they're doing that as well, making their bike look like shit. Someone who wants to steal it will look at it and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get electrocuted if I touch that thing."
It's definitely
But
a
it
helpful
works.
tactic, but it's
Well,
not foolproof. It doesn't
He's
always
just
work, but
he posted one like a couple weeks ago saying thieves are catching on. They're stealing those ones instead.
Just so you know,
Well, shit.
there
Yeah.
is it does you know.
Shit.
I like my shit looking like junk anyway too. Junk is the
Yeah.
Panda appeal. You know, I don't like fancy colored nice shit, and so but they're getting clever about it too, you know. They're getting smart.
RSI Orion. Let's see
So,
here.
do I reset to defaults? All right, just reset everything to default. Keyboard,
RSI Orion is on the
joystick,
progress tracker
load.
starting in June Q2 2022.
All right, now let's set some basic bitch.
Last I had heard, its gray box is done, so that's
Yeah,
a
well,
huge step.
June 2022, it looks like they're gonna be building, implementing, and balancing RSI's mining platform, the Orion, as a flight-ready vehicle.
Oh, okay. Flight ready by the end of June. That'd be cool.
Well, not the end of June. That's when they start. Midway through August.
And then
Oh.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the 3-month process, it looks like. It's at least on the progress tracker, so who knows? It'll probably get...
It's definitely more than
delayed.
3 months from white box to flight ready. That's why I was thinking if they're talking about flight ready in June, that's because they've already buttoned up all the white box issues.
Yeah. Let's see it. What did it say? Yeah. Building and implementing and balancing. So, they probably got it all designed out how they're going to do it, but now they're actually going to build the models, build the textures.
Right. Yeah.
Implement
Gray box is this is the thing as we want it to look. White box
Yeah.
is the final details, and then they have what's called like the live pass where they come in and they apply the textures and the paints
Yeah.
and the.
So they probably already whiteboxed it.
I would imagine it's either already finished white boxed or like it is being finished white boxing right now.
Yeah.
You know. And that's going to be all the piping and everything you can see and everything you can interact with, but no texture, no color, no.
normally the ground types.
Q4 2021 3.16. Hospital interior in Air 18. Derelict spaceship, point of interest. Mining gadgets.
Those will be the
Dying
ones you
Star
put on
map.
the rock. Yeah.
Dravlev physics rework. Jumptown 2.0. And laser trip mine.
Did you just say
Zero.
Jumptown 2.0?
Yep.
Are you boys ready
Implementation
for
of a
some wild
dynamic
rides?
event into some universe.
Were you around for Jump
Yeah.
Point? Has anyone ever been to Jump Point before?
Never heard of it.
Jumptown. It's not so popular anymore, but buying and selling Widow used to be mad profits, like $1 million out of a Cutlass. Mad profits.
Wait, what are
Um,
persistent
selling-
hangers?
Selling drugs. Well, so persistent hangers are every time you buy a ship, you get a hanger, right? And if you look in
Yeah.
in your inventory, you probably just have like the cheap inventory, the hangers. The way those work is that you'll be able to place them somewhere. So you'll have your hanger at area 18 or whatever.
Okay.
Whereas right now they're just kind of like blank your hangers. That's what the persistence is talking about. So now you'll have a hanger that is your hanger, and you can put
Okay.
your decorations in and store your shit in, and no one else can get to it.
That's tentative Q1 2022.
You know?
Also ship-to-ship refueling.
Right,
Selling
and that
items
one they
back to
have to
stock.
get done because they're redoing the fuck, what is the gas one called? The Starliner? Starfarer. The Starfarer is the name of the fuel ship, and it's getting a redo.
You'll be able to sell items back to kiosks, converting them to building blocks tech. Let's see, what's Q2? FPS radar scanning,
Let's try
pirate
this.
swarm, vandal swarm,
Maybe they had
cargo system refactor.
what they moved.
So cargo system in Q2.
And I think what they mean by that is being able to put the micro SCU into the big SCU and being able to put the big SCU into the cargo containers.
Yeah.
Because right now they can't stack. You get either one of the three options and that's it. You have to deal
Yeah.
with it as is.
They'll
think-
have EVA T2, so improvements to EVA experience.
I don't know
Salvage
any of that.
T0, hull stripping
Yep.
repair.
First implication of salvage,
By hands and aboard the Venture.
which will be
Vulture.
fun.
Hacking
Does
check,
it say vulture? Does
Vulture,
it
yep.
say vulture on there? Okay, cool. Because me
As
and Dream
well
were
as
having
aboard the
a.
Vulture.
Okay, cool. Me and Dream were having a discussion on whether they were going to bring the vulture out first
Ooh.
or the Vulcan. Both are salvage ships.
Tentative 0G push and pull. 0G travel without EVA using the player's hands.
Okay.
So if
Keyhole.
you don't have the jetpacks on your suit, you can physically grab a desk and pull yourself towards it.
So, ships and vehicles, all tasks required for implementation of the heavy sea hauler, or the whole sea hauler.
Yeah, the whole C will be here by next year, which will be cool. And the
Hull
whole
A
C,
was Q1.
the whole C should be the most common ship in the game. Period.
Okay, that'd be cool.
It's
It looks
literally
cool.
like a semi truck, and so you're gonna see them
Yeah.
everywhere, just getting things from like,
And-
place A to place B.
They also have the Drake Vulture there as well.
Okay, so it's cool. That's cool. They're gonna do the Vulture. We were debating whether they were gonna bring the Vulture or
And-
the Vulcan in first.
And the multi-tool
Sounds like it's a
salvage
Vulture.
attachment.
Right, right. But that's just gonna be a laser cutter thing. That's a simple
Yeah.
implementation.
So, I will invite you to party. And I am currently sitting off a 42% rock.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm in yet. I just redid all of my
Well, I'm talking
goals
to you.
again.
Oh, somebody got a fire in the face.
What?
We just read off the progress reports, Dream, that it's going to be the Vulture they implement with salvage, not the Vulcan. We were talking about that, I think, last week.
Yeah,
It's going to be the Vulture, confirmed.
the Vulture is a solo one.
The solo pure salvage, non-drone.
Yeah.
Whereas the
So-
Vulcan is the one that does it with drones.
Which one's the...
Salvage
Okay, okay, so
T0.
the yellow one is the Vulture.
The
Yeah,
yellow
yeah.
one is the one they're bringing in. Yes, the yellow
Yeah.
one. Drake. Whereas the
So
other one
it
is
says-
Aegis.
Hull stripping and repair of ships both by hand and as well as aboard the Vulture. That's what it says.
And is that something they're going to be introducing at 3.16?
1.8.
Q2.
Q2.
Oh, okay.
Q2 22. And that's as far out as they have listed.
Gotcha. Q2, so that'll be 3.18.
Eight.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
No, the one thing that I
Cool.
do like, the one thing that I actually still am not 100% off of how I want to do it, Hull C is 4,608 SCU of cargo, which is quite beautiful.
Jeez.
But you
Yeah.
can't load it or unload it without assistance. And
Yeah.
you can't land it anywhere without extra help either.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's great, but comes with complications, right?